People should be able to hear me, yeah. So I need to know if the music is too loud. It should be really low. Should be really low. It is okay. You can hear it, but it's
I got it muted anyway. So.
Gonna delay your dinner. You don't have to gamble, Dinah. It's okay, man. You can let this one go. Just you're in the chat. It's all right. You'll build up points to gamble away tomorrow anyway. The second person has a mean echo. So, Headless, are you echoing? You shouldn't be.
I'm on a headset. Oh, I'm probably echoing for you.
Yeah, okay. Let me see.
But I have YouTube muted.
Alright. So let me turn myself down. There we go. Alright. So y'all should...
EG? Or EJ? Is that better?
Alright. You shouldn't be able to hear you.
Okay.
Well, he should be able to hear echo. He should be able to hear you through what you call him. Oh, they waiting on me? Okay. Yeah, what the fuck are they waiting on? Me? Might be one. Better? Okay, there we go. Oop, somebody died. This tank is just ass. Whoever's tanking is just shitty. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna be paying attention to chat more so than this anyway, so. Oh, 2 people died already. Okay. Terrible pull. Terrible. Yeah, Keith could donate him some points, huh? The people who have the most points are the ones that don't gamble. Well, and the people who donate, because that's a bonus. Well, people who chat, donate, and who are just here. That's like the 3 ways to get points. But then the people who are always here and don't gamble always end up having the most points. For obvious reasons. They just accumulate it.
Do you type points or point?
I think points. Multiple points. Several points. I think. Yeah. You spam the lowest damage abilities. That's probably why. That's probably why. I have no idea. This game has changed so fucking much. Back in my day, we had 2 moves and we just hit it over and over again.
Back in my day, we used to just mash the buttons.
I don't even care enough to even learn the rotations. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. There you go. I don't know if moves even optimized. I have no idea. Yeah, see, they're pulling it right off me. Like it's nothing. Use that taunt move. There we go. Something glows, I press it. It's a button. Oop, that one's glowing. We press that one. That one's glowing. We press that one. Back in my day, I had a job. Back in my day, I had two jobs. Part-time stripper, and I do hair. If somebody gets that reference, I'd be really fucking shocked. That is an old school internet's reference. You used to do PvP? Yeah, me too. As a Imperial agent, when my rotation was like 5 buttons, I just fucking pop dudes. When I actually hit like max level with this, if I hit max level, I'll look up the rotation and give a shit enough to actually play the game right. What is he doing? Okay. Without googling? Yeah, without googling, it's a reference to anybody has seen what it used to call it's an old YouTube channel that got famous because of their I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. It's My Way Entertainment.
Yes, it's Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah. In that series, he that's one of the lines. He's like, I'm a part-time stripper and I do hair.
I don't sell hoes, I sell candy.
So you see,
I'm a stripper and I do hair.
See my suit, motherfucker? I made out of Laffy Taffy.
I found the meme.
That shit is hilarious. I have no idea what actually happened to like that group, but that shit's awesome.
Bored or graduated college.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they were. I think they were at College Station, Maryland. I think that's where it's him and a bunch of other guys. Like, oh man, that was some fun shit. That was prime internets. Prime internets right there. I'm trying to pay attention to chat and like be a shitty tank, so MMOs are popping these days. MMOs have changed. Thoughts on Unirock and AO? One's a hoe, I know that. The other one I have no idea. Like I don't actually sit down and listen to Unirock, so I don't understand why people watch him. I have no idea. I'm guessing there's something to him and the things like the narrative. Here we go, that word narrative. Some of the like stuff that he concocts from very little evidence, but I don't really see the appeal of that. So maybe that's part of the problem.
So, Drag, in all the MMOs that you've ever played, what is the funniest thing that you've ever seen?
The funniest thing I've ever seen was a guy who would routinely play female characters and would swindle guys out of like hundreds, if not thousands, of like the in-game currency. And like people were saying like, hey, that's a guy, right? And like this dude would chat up quite a few guys and like pretend to be like his like online girlfriend and shit like this, and they would role play and all kind of shit, man. And it was surprisingly lucrative. Mm-hmm. And that had to be like the funniest shit in the world, because it's just like, are you that lonely? Yeah.
Funniest thing I ever saw, I played Asheron's Call years ago, and when the game was relatively new, there was a guy who thought people were hacking his game and stealing his kills. Okay. People on the server had to sit down with him, along with game admins, and explain to him what the MMO stood for. He thought he was playing alone, and that every person he saw was an NPC character run by a computer.
Oh wow, he didn't actually
He
understand
did not
massively.
realize he was playing with mass multiplayer online game. He thought he was alone.
I got special. I was asking about scientists compartmentalizing their beliefs. Yeah, they have to. Like when you step into a lab, it's not, I'm reading this through my holy book or my, crazy beliefs. No, you have to view your work through a particular lens. And so, yeah, I know tactic guy without shield. Yeah. So you have to do that. I mean, that's even if you're not religious like that just, you curtail a lot of the nonsense so that you can have a lucid frame of mind. I guess is the best way to describe it. If you think COVID is caused by fucking, people sucking up 5G radiation, you might want to leave that shit at the door. Just maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, but if you're a geologist, it's okay to think that.
Well, yeah. If you're a geologist, you
just not if you're working with viruses.
Fucking geologist.
Not
geologist. Your head's in rocks anyway. I mean, people compartmentalize their beliefs all the time. I mean, that's not anything new. A lot of us do it. I don't know scientists or Pentecostals. I'm willing. You know what? No, I think there are. I think there are Pentecostal scientists. I'd be willing to bet money there's Pentecostal scientists. Probably very few, but I'd be willing to bet there's some.
Yeah, would you say they're few and far between?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think there are too many.
Or the sciences that they're involved in.
I think. Well, it's hard for me to say because, like, I'm incredibly biased when it comes to Pentecostals. I think I can admit to myself enough that I am incredibly biased when it comes to Pentecostals. I don't think very highly of them, just from my own personal experiences with them. But they don't really embrace education overall. They're not really big on that. And so, if their biggest claim to fame is that, well, they believe something, then that's going to be that. Not that they've actually studied something for an extensive amount of time, and that they have, a firm understanding of, whatever it is. Other than, well, I believe this, and so that right there allows me to say all kinds of crazy shit that may or may not be substantiated. So. God commands. Yeah. I'm just hitting buttons at this point. You're technically how are you technically a Pentecostal? What does that mean? It's like being technically a virgin. A successful epiphany, they'll come to terms with logic and reasoning. God commands don't mean anything. Yeah, except it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You can't just presume that there is this state of mind or state of being that's just like the pinnacle of rational thinking, and then sometime in the future someone will just come across it and they'll be wrested from this fallacious way of thinking, and they'll just be ultimately enlightened about everything. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. Been around these YouTube streets long enough. That does not happen. Some people gain knowledge on certain topics in certain areas, and they are better able to make decisions based on preponderance of evidence, while others simply say, "Fuck it, I'm just going to presume that I'm right about everything else," without actually investigating it with any diligence at all, because they think that they're right about some other fucking topic. So, some non-believer who, thinks his own shit doesn't stink is also right about all his political views, right? And so we see a lot of that shit, but that's not how stuff works. at all. Look, I mean, if Pentecostals are scientists, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard for them to do their job while disregarding science. But I don't know. I don't know any Pentecostal scientists, so I couldn't tell you. Just favorite. Shut up, Sam. Answer that fucking question. Tired of definitions. Fuck that. Let's have a talk. Let's have a discussion about the concepts and definitions. Fuck all that. Just one day you'll reach Super Saiyan level logic, and then everything will be cool in the world. Don't work
and then
out
you'll
that way.
agree on the definition of atheism.
Yep, we'll all agree. Oh, I'm not very curious, unfortunately. No, my curiosity died after I stopped watching Barney, along with my imagination. You an asshole, you know that? I'm talking to Sam, the scientist, by the way. I'm not talking about anybody else. Just shit. I went the wrong way.
So you're not curious? You don't want all knowledge?
Nope. Don't need all knowledge.
So you spend more than 2 hours a week doing something?
I do. I spend more than 2 hours a week beating my meat, man. So I have to spend more than 2 hours doing something constructive. I mean, that's. I'm not sure what do I spend 2 hours a week doing. Seems kind of low. Staring at the wall.
Maybe.
Tying my shoes, maybe. Yeah, but maybe tying my. Actually, no. Putting on shoes. Spend 2 hours a week putting on shoes. That's
There
right.
you go.
I think that's. You know. It was a few years ago. The TE still want to box me. I don't think that he wanted to box me ever. I don't think that was the goal. I'm gonna throw that out there. There's only so many things that you want to do with another dude in the middle of the night when there's nobody else around. When you have the keys to a facility, you know. So, and it ain't fight. So you can use your imagination. But no, I tried to be nice to True recently, and Gman's Hangout, and he shut the fuck up, like he had nothing to say, and I don't really blame him, but I wasn't being like rude to him. I was just saying, man, you got a bad cough, because he was coughing like kind of hard, and it's a little disconcerting given the COVID that's been going around. So just saying.
It would be interesting to hear what Ronnie has to say about COVID.
Oh, I'm sure he can regale us with his fucking massive scientific knowledge. It's contained within his forehead.
Yeah, but you see, COVID wouldn't be covered in that nursing textbook that he has.
Oh, actually, no, it might. It's a family of viruses, so it's probably in there somewhere. It's probably in there. Not in the way that...
He just won't know which family virus it belongs to.
I mean, I would hope he would. He could, like, guess and get it right, but, you know.
Yeah.
Come here. Put a ruler on me? No, don't do that. That's my weakness, rulers. Don't do that. Oof. Just trying to catch up with chat. Amazing to see a Hangout still around. Wait, Let's see, the Hangout community is still around. Yeah, I mean, people are going to be around. Like this, we're all a bunch of losers. So, I mean, we're going to find a place to congregate somewhere.
Yeah. It's either going to be here on the internet and physical jail.
Yeah, physical jail preferably. Why they need a vaccine to sunlight? Okay, I'm not going to answer that question, Shepard. I'm not going to answer that question, man. I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to respond to that.
Oh, I'll respond to it. Stiggy, that's because some people are basement dwellers and they don't get sunlight.
There we go.
Also, how much sunlight is hitting your epithelial tissues?
Yeah. What about all those albinos who don't go outside?
Look, we're not going to talk about how curious the albino, okay?
Y'all assholes.
Yes, I'm terrible. Yeah,
y'all assholes.
Stiggy, you're going to get a real answer from this when you can prove how bumblebees fly.
Oh, I mean, man. I thought it was when he was gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna go that low. Let you guys fill in the blank of how low I was gonna go.
About this low.
You gonna cut him off at the foot?
Diabetes will beat me to it.
Wait a minute. Are you throwing the foot away or the other part?
You know, sometimes the shoe goes on the wrong foot. I think Stiggy will be hopping mad at that one. Terrible person.
So this is the Q&A. If y'all knew, we have questions.
yeah. Please ask a question while I process data. Drag, what are you gonna do when I'm running lab experiments and you're still an overweight coward? Like
that's size shaming or fucking I forgot what it's called. Anyway. Yeah, no, I want to see these experiments so I can. No, actually, no. So me and CRISPR can judge your sterile technique.
I like how you think you can judge me.
No, I can judge you in certain areas. Oh, I can judge you, sir. You're already being judged for not being curious enough, so you can be judged.
This is very entertaining. It's like you and what's his face, Brandon Patachio.
Oh, that was fun.
When you two guys flex, I'm just like, man, this is like really like watching Ronnie brag about boxing. Like,
anytime you see me mention being a combat medic in the army and then literally list a bunch of like shit that you can do in a fucking community college, you should know that I'm not serious.
Oh, I know you're not. I know you're not serious. It just makes me laugh.
I'm just surprised he went there. I was like, ooh, I get a legitimate reason to bring up being a combat medic in the army. All right, let's go for it.
Well, he doesn't even have he doesn't even have a master's in economics. He has an MBA, which basically like means that he has a master's in making business connections.
My in-laws.
It's like literally a fucking useless degree.
Look, don't you besmirch his... Like, didn't you see? He said that public health falls under macroeconomics. And I was like, that's news to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just don't... Like, honestly, I want to be able to grasp that level of insecurity.
I didn't... Like, it took me a while to actually respond to that. I didn't even know how to respond to that one. I'm going to be honest. What?
I mean, like, if you can't like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if he's, like, genuinely, I don't know if he's stupid or, like, I genuinely don't know if he's stupid or dishonest. He doesn't seem to grasp the idea that, like, if we overload our hospitals, that people will die from triaging care. Like, I don't even understand how that's a difficult concept. Like, it blows my mind that there are still people in our country who think that.
I should share with you some of the stuff that he's been sharing on his page.
No.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've been reading some of it. It's pretty good.
Dude, don't fucking do this shit.
Pretty darn good.
Well, J.I. person wants to know if a virus's half-life is diminished with UV light. If they swallowed a tanning bed, would that make them safe?
I'm sure that like any virus, just by virtue of DNA damage, is going to be sensitive to UV light. Like that just kind of seems like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
like I love it when people say like these things that they think are mind-blowing, and I'm just like, you're retarded. It honestly, it makes me want to just genocide most of the human race. And no, that's not
a little
just
bit irony
retribution.
there. A little bit irony.
No, it's different. Jews were smart. I want to genocide the stupid.
Well, it was fun, Twitch, while it lasted.
I'm sorry. This is all sarcasm. This is all sarcasm. It's not real. I don't really think he's an overweight coward, even though he blatantly is.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not the reason I'm like doing fucking 2-mile jogs in a 60-pound weight vest now. Definitely not.
I'm telling you, man, Mike Israetel, that dude.
I would have never guessed that he was on the juice, man. But then again, I've not seen his whole body, but he's pretty proportioned.
I will send you do you want me to send you his Instagram on Facebook?
Yeah. Shoot me that.
If he is not on the sauce, I'm not Jewish.
But the guys that you normally watch that are clearly on the shit, like they have that over exaggerated musculature. You know what I'm talking? Like it's all like it looks like what's it, like Big Papa Puff back in the fucking like WCW days. Like you knew this guy was eating everything. People, weights, steroids, everything.
Okay, so I just sent it to your Facebook.
Let me take a look. For this thing to pass. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oof.
Yeah, he's definitely quite juicy and very hairy.
He's definitely quite juicy. Is he now?
By juicy, I mean he's on the juice. Don't pull any of that gay combat medic shit on.
No. Oh, speaking of gay stuff, guess who deleted this video from this morning?
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Gman. He deleted that video from this morning.
What video was this morning?
You might not have caught it. So, like.
I'm sorry, man. I had a meeting with the fucking my German co-advisor.
Oh, no. This so
you haven't met this one. He looks kind of like a crazy person, but he's beast.
He's German, but
What the fuck does that have to do with that?
He's German. This guy is upset because he called in to one of those Black Hebrew Israelite talk shows sometime last month. And unbeknownst to him, I called in after him, after, they got done talking to him. And I told them about, I've actually met this guy in real life, and he likes kind of like, touching on folks. And then I told him about the videos where he's like, I got to pray the gay away, and, all the kind of like suspect stuff that Gman does. So someone recently in a Hangout, Hangout, told Gman about that, and he gave him timestamp, and so Gman's pissed the fuck off that I went on there and told them, and like validated the stuff that they've been saying about him for years. So yeah.
I mean, he like I feel sorry for the guy. Like I feel like he could do well on the game market.
I think so.
Like there's a market for guys that are like Gman.
He just has to exploit it. He has to know, what his options
are. Dude, I
are.
lived with a gay roommate, man. Those guys, like, they're animals. Like, there's for sure.
Oh, you lost sleep over some of his antics?
Well, they're fucking, like, loud as shit in the middle of the night.
Oof.
Not the fucking, just, like, fucking partying.
Oh, okay.
They'd be loud as shit, and just, like, 4 shirtless dudes in my fucking kitchen. I'm like, could you be fucking quiet? It's a Wednesday night. Like, it's 3 a.m. Like, the fuck?
I would be afraid to walk out because I'm like, I don't want to see some dude bent over the counter, you know, near my sous vide, and it'd be a whole thing.
My sous vide's not on the counter, so that's fine.
Okay, it's safe.
Yeah.
I was not able to download the video now. So why does my sous vide smell like Astroglide?
Like that's like, dude, you've seen my sous vide. Like that's not getting up anyone's ass.
You say that, right? But
I mean, yeah, I've seen videos with Mandingo from ass fucking chicks. So I mean, fair point.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
It's true.
It's day 29 of a lockdown. Come on.
Do you see that Pornhub's like free service thing is evidently was getting overused, so now they're ending like the free premium?
No, really?
Yeah.
Jeez, I feel bad now.
For sure, my favorite piece of news. It's hilarious because all the rest is just depressing for the most part. Like it's just a mix of, like, can we just nuke Florida? Again, sarcasm, Twitch.
I mean, I don't know if I disagree. I mean, there is something good in Florida that I read today. Somebody sent me.
Look, we know that you don't like the parking lots there.
No, the Burger King parking lot's there. They gotta go. But like fucking, there's a guy going around all the beaches that are opening up early, and he's dressing like the Grim Reaper.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we just like kill everyone in Florida but him?
There's a few Floridians.
Again,
like.
sarcasm.
There's a few. I'm so full of wisdom tonight. No, yeah. That's, if you want to call wisdom, I call it bullshit. But I mean, we'll go with that. You don't have to gas me up. Just playing this game terribly.
And Drag, apparently the price of cocaine is skyrocketing in France.
Is it now? That's a fucking shame. Why?
Well, the borders are closed. They can't import it.
Yeah, where the fuck are they gonna get coke from?
It's true.
And I guess if it's starting enough, it's like, wait a minute, we're running out. Supply and demand.
That's a shame. Let's say it's fucking
No,
Agrippa using it all up.
Agrippa ain't got a French bitch. Like, what are we worried about?
I mean, do we know that though?
I know it in such a way that I know it's true.
Okay, all right. I've learned not to doubt Agrippa. Like, if people tell me, you know, he has a ski lodge somewhere and it houses a team of midget ninjas, I'm just gonna believe it.
Drag, I think they prefer the term African Americans.
Oh, I'm sorry. Little people of color.
Oh, God.
Saw a video of a bunch of Karens in a closed parking lot. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I know that video. And she's, why am I getting arrested? Her kids are here. Who's gonna take her kids? Like, the cop was calm as hell and was like, y'all gotta go. You gotta leave. She didn't listen.
There have been a couple of people that I just want to call, like, I just want to be dismissive and be like, okay, Karen. Like,
don't use the K word.
Like, there have been a bunch of, like, studies that have come out that have basically said that hydroxychloroquine, that it's probably not that effective. Like, Kelsoprese, like an anti-malarial, is not going to work on this.
So shocked.
Like, it's not. I mean, like, look, like, it's just the odds of any drug, right? The odds are that it's not going to fucking work, right? That's kind of the reason why pharmaceuticals cost so much to develop. Most of them don't fucking work the first time around. But it was hilarious. People are going, because one of the studies came out of the VA, and they're like, well, they're just corrupt. And I'm like, fuck are you talking about? Like, what money does a VA do these scientists have to make?
I'm like, if they had said, you know what, I'm not sure if I trust the VA, like, you know what, I'm right there with you. I agree. But let's actually look at it before, we just say it's fuck the VA. I'm fuck the VA too, but they I don't know how their science department fucking is.
I mean, it's just fucking researchers. Like, I don't.
It's easy to shit on the VA.
And they're just loosely affiliated. Most of them are also dually appointed at another either hospital or university. Because, like, surprise, surprise, a lot of these things have dual appointments. And it's just like, these people are just mouth-breathing morons that just want to believe. Like, I just don't understand, like, at a certain point, don't you just care about whether people get better or not? You don't really care about whether it's Trump, right? Like, if Trump was doing a good job, like, I honestly don't know shit about Andrew Cuomo's policies, but, like, that dude's doing a great job as the governor of New York. I don't know shit about Gavin Newsom other than he's a handsome bastard and he's doing a good job with California. Like, I don't know shit about them. I'm praising them on the basis of them doing a good job. But, like, I don't understand why the right wing is just, like, so obsessed with, like, we have to have... It's not even the right wing, it's just Trump supporters. Like, Trump is doing a good job. And it's like, objectively, he's not. You know? He's gotten... It's like he has a magical superpower that just makes him automatically wrong. Like, I don't even understand it. You know what I mean? Like, how can someone be so wrong about everything?
Well, I've heard the defense, and you probably know from who, that, well, he's not a scientist, so you shouldn't, take what he says so seriously. It's like, okay, I get it. He's not a scientist, and you should take what he says with a grain of salt. But he's also president of the United States recommending a drug before it had actually been tested. That's kind of irresponsible, just a little bit. But,
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, okay, like, I can actually buy that argument, right? Which is, let's say, okay, like, he's not a scientist, but shouldn't he be taking cues from the scientist instead of saying things that are totally out of step with what his scientific advisors are saying? Like, I don't understand how that doesn't follow from that.
He's only responsible when, he does something good that you can praise him for. He's not responsible when there's a fuck up. Sounds oddly familiar.
Oh, who's petty now, bitch?
I didn't name names.
And also, Omaros Moon, you shut your whore mouth. How do I remind you of Reds? I actually have accomplishments, and I'm not an incel.
What is this meme EV Storm put? Ew.
What's the meme?
It's a guy looking in a window. It looks like a mask. It says hang inside or out. This is creepy.
Oh, Shepard's being stupid.
I need to look at the
He
chat.
said that Trump is doing as good a job as he can. Really? Recommending an unproven medication just because you said you feel like it's going to be a good medication? Is that as good as he can? Because I recall in that moment, I could have done better.
Oh boy.
Remember, Stiggy, you're talking about a man who tried selling mail order steak.
Oh, I forgot about Trump steaks.
Yeah. Like, come on. Really?
I'm
You're going to take medical advice from that guy?
I said I'm gonna be kicking Sam out, okay?
Oh, Deidre, how you been doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm still recovering. I thought I was feeling better yesterday and perked up, and I completely crashed out today. But I'm okay. I had a doctor's appointment on the phone.
Okay, so
Interesting.
we are live, by the way. So
With that,
if you're taking Truvada, don't say it out loud.
I am basically on a wait and see status constantly. So, but I tested negative for coronavirus, but I have all the symptoms of coronavirus, which is weird. And I tested negative for strep and flu. So my doctor's like, you have either a virus that's like Mystery Virus X, or you probably do have corona and just tested negative for some reason. So, they're just gotta. If it gets worse, you go to the ER. If not, like, you just chill at home and self-quarantine, which is not a whole lot new. Scott's supposed to be not around me, but, like, good luck in our little apartment.
Yeah, just tell him to leave.
What's that?
Just tell Scott to leave. Tell him to go away.
Just get out of here.
Yeah,
go away.
skip.
I don't want you.
That always
he needs
works.
also check to make sure I'm breathing once in a while, which I am, so that's good.
Yeah, just don't kiss him the way that Checkers kisses the dog. Okay?
I haven't been kissing him at all, like right
And
now.
also, don't kiss your dog the way that Checkers kisses her dog.
So the hospital gave me like this notice of like stuff to not do, and one of the things is you're not allowed to handle your pets because they're not sure if the pets can get it or whatever.
Well, that's not good news for Acetal. Not good news.
Yeah,
I mean,
last thing we need is him giving this stuff to a
really,
mountain lion.
is that the big is the big issue with Acetal and pets whether he's going to handle them with corona? Is that really what we're saying the big issue is?
I'm just saying he has a certain inclination about handling cats. I'm just gonna throw that
he
out
wants
there.
to buy a fucking mountain lion. He's fucking Dr. Exotic. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, he's gonna be like Joe and freaking what was that guy's name? Doc something?
Doc Antle. I think his
They
name.
should have
he's
focused
closer
on
to
the
Doc
Antle more. Antle's fucking weird.
Yeah, because Joe Exotic was normal.
Ansel was Joe's mentor.
Yeah, I want to know more about Antle. Antle needs his own show.
Like, but that tells you, like, if Doc Ansel's your mentor, you're gonna be fucked up.
Because he ended up in jail too, didn't he?
Did Ansel?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's something about drugs and sex as well. I can't remember.
Was that a follow-up?
I think we can all agree that Carol Baskin definitely killed her husband.
Carol Baskin. Is
That
from.
bitch, Carol Baskin.
That bitch. Carol. That's the new Epstein didn't kill himself.
Those memes are great.
They
I think-
are fantastic.
I think as I was watching it, I was telling Scott I was watching it, has been watching since there's nothing to do but be sick and then binge watch things. And I said to Scott, I said, you know, I would have thought this would be completely fake had I not seen Von Helton on YouTube.
Yeah, it wasn't that shocking because, like, I would say that, like, Joe Exotic gave off a very McRae energy.
It is weird how these people who are like featured in this Netflix special are not really. I think we had a conversation, like, they're really not that shocking because we already know people like that online.
Yeah, but what does that say about us? Like, as just connoisseurs of garbage.
Ooh.
Well, I feel relieved. Like, I feel like everybody now is fucking on my level, and I don't have to be ashamed about Von Helton watching and Channing watching.
Why were you ashamed at any point?
I was embarrassed that I was spending time looking at Maniacs for a while, but now I'm not anymore. I feel like I can do that out in the open.
See, I don't feel shame that way. Despite being Jewish, I don't feel shame that way.
That is surprising.
I've always been like, how in the world do I explain to my friends Channing for Christ? Well, now they know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't talk. Well, I just don't fucking talk about that shit with real life people. Because I just know they're not going to get it, you know?
Well, they'll get it now that Joe's out. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it makes it way easier to understand why Von Helton is so interesting.
God, imagine if Netflix did a Von Helton fucking thing.
It'd probably go viral. Like viral in the sense, like, it'd probably get a lot of hits. People would watch that shit.
But then you get a lot of people who are sympathetic to Von wanting to pay for his fucking, lawsuit against the trolls and people trying to hunt down secular.
Yeah, instead of Carol Baskin be like, secular opinion.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Crazy. Actually, let me check chat.
You guys are lucky I'm not on camera. I look like a bullfrog.
Face swole up?
Yeah, my lower neck, whenever I had lymph nodes swell up on my neck, it's always been higher. But this time it's lower, right at the base of my neck, and I'm just bullfrogging out, down on my neck. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
It's always disturbing when the base is too thick. What? I didn't say shit.
So Acetal's watching, and he said that, Deidre, the way that you can fix that is 3.5 teaspoons of semen?
I don't want thick, creamy substances down my throat. My throat's super sore and swollen. I don't want that.
I mean, do you think that Cheshire really wants to fuck Red's rhetoric? Do you think that Sweet Heathen really wants to be hit on by McCrae? Sometimes we make sacrifices in wartime, Deidre.
Sam ISNT allowed on Discord. Liar.
Sam isn't
Said it,
allowed.
not me.
Oh, Sam isn't allowed on Discord. Oh. Von Helton Diaper King from Mo.
That's why I offered to kick Sam, because I thought he wasn't allowed on Discord. I thought he was focusing on school.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
I am. I'm just processing a bunch of data right now, so it's not
Okay, I don't
really
wanna
something I need to.
I don't want to be part of your failure.
I think that you shouldn't be concerned with my success. Pretty good track record.
You don't want to be stuck working in a call center like me.
Deidre, not to be cruel, but even if I don't complete my obligations in the lab, I'm never going to work in a call center.
I know, I'm kidding.
That's what you say
Obviously,
now,
because-
Sam.
I will never work at a Kohl's. Hopefully I don't have a fecal impaction that I announced to the internet.
Okay, would you at least promise the internet you will not work at a Radio Shack as a manager?
I mean, I think that that's a pretty easy spread to cover.
Okay.
I just want to
Considering
say
the
that I
nonsense.
did work at Radio Shack as a manager, but I didn't go to nuke school, unlike Steve McCrae.
Actually, there's quite a few people that I know that have been managers at Radio Shack.
Oh,
I think my father-in-law actually was a manager at Radio Shack.
But how many of them went to nuke school?
Only one. Actually, the person that I know that's closest to me that went to new school actually did something with his life, and got a master's degree in criminology and criminal theory, and now works as police officer. So, yeah.
Dude, if I worked at a Radio Shack and I had an education, or I had the government invest thousands of dollars on me, and I still worked in Radio Shack, oh my god, I just
You
wanna
feel kind
die.
of shitty, yeah.
I would die.
Yeah, but also, most people wouldn't have more dignity than to live in a 6x6. So.
No, at least a 10 by 10.
Yeah,
we can fit a bed and
I mean,
a desk.
depends on the city, right?
Yeah.
You're not. There's a lot of places in New York where you're not going to get a 10 by 10, but they're actually nice places because that's just the way that city is. But
Yeah.
This is California, and it's not even San Diego proper, which is a spaced out city, by the way, and it's not LA, which is not so spaced out. This is the middle of the boondocks, where there's these huge houses with plenty of space, so it's not like it's a space issue, housing scarce. It's literally that this man doesn't want to make money to actually support himself, so he's fucked.
Look, if you could just sit and make money by people talking to you, wouldn't you do that?
Not if it's only $400 a month. Shut up, Ruffle. Hush.
You
I
know,
mean, I understand that it's expensive. I just don't understand why you would choose to live the existence that he lives.
Just get
why
rid
you
of
would
pride.
choose to live that existence, right?
You're too
Seems-
prideful. Too prideful.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, I have dignity. It's just one of those character defects.
Well, 100%.
I'm like, if there was enough shekels on the line, you'd do it.
I mean, it'd have to be like fuck you money though.
There are some people that feel that way about even having a roommate, though. Like, they're like, if you don't live on your own, then you're not a real adult. Like I know some people that are like that too, which is pretty hard, I think.
Well, if you live in California, that's a little bit harder to have that standard.
Yeah, I think it's a harsh standard.
Like here in Texas, right? There's plenty of places you can move by yourself, but like California,
where I'm at.
Yes, like where you live, right? Where I live, maybe not so much, but yes, where you live.
Well, I mean, you technically have a lifetime roommate, so are you really an adult by that standard?
Because I can claim them on my taxes. Can you claim roommates on your taxes?
I mean, if I had roommates, probably.
I mean, does it really matter when I have a Jewish tax guy?
That's kind of redundant, but
No, wait. If I want tax advice, I just go to Sam. So I mean,
I don't know what
is that like?
I hire
is that
a
like?
person
Is that
to do it.
is that 2 levels of Jewish? Like,
Nobody
I don't
ever
know why
goes
y'all
to-
think that I know
Right.
anything about taxes. I don't fucking know shit about
So-
taxes. That's why I hire a person to do it.
so would that be like squared, or would that just be double drag?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Nobody
whatever
ever
that-
goes to the Irish tax guy or the Italian tax guy. It's always the Jewish tax guy.
Yeah, it's because neither the Italian nor the Mick
No, wait,
probably graduated high school without
No.
a felony charge.
No, wait. The Irish guy is going to tell you to invest all your money in whiskey. And
No,
the Itali-
potatoes. Stop being
Potatoes.
insensitive. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I just want to point out the bar or the I think the bars closed in Ireland, and like 10 days later they developed a test.
So you mean that the alcohol hinders their mental acumen? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying that if we eliminated alcohol in Ireland, I think we would have flying cars by now.
Can we
So
talk about-
Abraham says that Texas it's nicer than Chicago in a lot of ways. In some ways, but like
Depends where
Yes.
you're
in
going.
terms, you have to be near Texan, so that's a huge impediment.
I'm like you could go to Austin, then you're not near Texas.
That is
Dallas-
actually true.
Dallas or Austin. That's probably the only 2 tolerable cities, I think.
Yeah, well,
No, Dallas is
No.
Dallas is definitely not tolerable.
No, I'm gonna say
No.
no.
Wait, any place where fucking
Yeah.
Tommy Hall is getting dick down,
I'm like
I'm not about.
the liberal cities of Texas are Houston and Austin.
Austin
Yeah,
more than
Houston.
Houston.
Houston is fuckery because the reason why Houston's fuckery is like this. Okay,
Jason
so like
Blaha.
there are no building codes that are proper in Houston. Like it's just complete retardation. Like I was
What do
watching
you
a whole
mean?
documentary. I'll find that documentary and send it to you. But like they have a lack of building codes that are actually proper in Houston, and like they have this huge flooding issue constantly going, which they don't seem to cope very well with.
Well, no, that's because the federal agency that's supposed to draw those maps doesn't rewrite the maps ever.
What?
So
What do you
it's,
mean, Xavier?
so there's a federal agency that does the floodplain maps of where
Right.
like hey, this is supposed to get or this area is going to get flooded. Houston
Okay.
is a metropolitan city, so we have an expanding concrete coverage. So with concrete coverage, that means that water isn't draining into the ground of the swampland and stuff like that. So different areas get flooded based on the expansion of concrete. And the maps just aren't up to date. That's why that's the case.
I feel like
So-
Really, there should be a solution for all.
Actually fund that because it's brought under Homeland Security, but it's like one of the departments that's not funded.
One of the departments that Trump.
No, it hasn't like even during Obama it wasn't really funded. Like the only thing that they did funding for was explicitly for like levy upkeep and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because Louisiana's fucked.
Yeah.
The only thing that Texas learns from Louisiana is how to terribly fucking make Cajun food. So I mean, just yeah.
I just want to point out Crab Kings on their opening day.
That was an accident. I think that was a legit accident. Someone spilled all that, and yeah.
But it was beautiful. You can't say it wasn't beautiful.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, we almost died, and that's what you want.
Yeah. Matter of fact, just because you said something, I might order something from him right now. Just because you said something.
Drag has weird like culinary habits. Like he will insist that he only gets good food, but then we'll get just completely garbage food if it's from a Cajun seeming source.
Well, no, Crab Kings is pretty good. Like they're
No, but I just mean in general, having been around. Like he would have a fried cat turd from a Cajun restaurant before like trying Armenian food or something.
You goddamn right. You are absolutely right.
See, and I see.
No, wait, why?
I mean, maybe he doesn't want to eat goat head.
I don't know what Armenian food is. I chose a terrible.
It's a goat head.
I'm like here's Drag will eat the like fried catfish turd before he eats Jewish food like a filter.
Why do people think that gefilte fish is like the iconic? Like if you guys want to be anti-Semitic, you're just like accurate. Like the fuck is wrong?
Matzo ball soup. We'll go with matzo ball soup.
Ball soup is
No.
I will fight you if you think that matzo ball soup isn't delicious.
Gefilte fish is horrible, and Jewish people aren't eat it.
Or no, they don't.
Who else eats it? No, wait.
No one eats it. It's
Okay,
like literally not something that people normally.
I go to Kroger, and in the kosher section is gefilte
Yeah, but that's
fish.
in fucking. Wait, we're basing a kosher section on Texas right now. Is that what we're doing?
We have a sizable
Well,
Jewish
you're
community
saying
here.
Okay, all right. If we're gonna do this, you have to either do it on.
California too, because I used to stock the kosher section when I was
Yeah,
in
there's
the
not a
store.
lot of
Like,
Jews
it's so
in San
gross.
Diego. Like,
Yes,
I'm
there
playing
is. Well,
No,
I don't know about
relative
comparative, it's
to
not New York.
what? Yeah, relative
Right,
to fucking
okay,
Oklahoma.
okay,
Like,
okay,
San Diego
okay.
State,
We'll go up.
San
No
Diego
wait,
State, there's a lot of Jews in San Diego State.
No, not.
Wait.
No, there's not.
no wait.
Yeah,
Me and
Easy Aikens, there's a whole community.
Okay.
They have a
That's-
little kosher
okay,
restaurant,
okay.
and then they have
Literally,
We can end this.
No.
We can end this easy. So we're gonna ask Hana after this whole virus is over.
She's not in San
to go-
Diego, she's in New York.
No.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
why I'm
San
saying.
Diego is not the center of the universe.
That's why.
Pedro.
That's why. That's why I would.
talking about.
Okay,
She's in
that's
San Diego.
that's why I was saying Hana in New York, where there's a shit ton of Jews.
I'm not saying that gefilte fish.
Yeah,
people
she
don't
can-
eat it. People
she-
do, but like if we're gonna go with common Jewish.
She's gonna
food,
go with the
it's
Jewish
not-
market and see if there's gefilte fish.
No,
If
there's gonna be gefilte fish. That's not.
Wait,
the
if it's
argument.
there,
The
are
argument
people
is
eating it?
What is the
Hey.
common Jewish food? I would argue that lox and
Okay.
noodles and matzo ball soup are far more common.
Who else is eating gefilte fish?
People who
That's
hate
not the
themselves.
point.
That is exactly the
That's
point.
like if I define Mexican food by menudo. No one else
Yeah.
eats menudo.
Yes, but menudo is amazing.
Dude, no it isn't. It's fucking sheep
Yes.
intestines.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm like,
Ugh.
what do you mean?
Menudo is.
Have you
it is-
tried it?
Yeah, it's slimy
It
and
ta- it-
gross.
No, that means you had somebody make it bad.
No, menudo is disgusting.
No, it's not.
It's like the gefilte
No,
fish of
It's
Mexico.
No,
so
it's not gefilte. Like, why
So-
are people? Have you guys ever had gefilte fish? No, then
No, I
you
don't
can't keep
want
comparing it to things.
no, it's disgusting. Why would I? Why would I? No, menudo is amazing, especially if you put in like the hoof.
Wait, what is menudo?
Menudo is fucking the intestine.
Of pigs?
It's yeah.
Oh, it's chitlins.
Yeah,
So
I'm like
chitlins.
it's
okay.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
No, it's amazing.
It's not really a pig thing. It's more of a cow thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so it can be made with both. And then if you make it with cow, you want to throw in the hoof.
I've had it.
I
several
feel like
times,
these are
and
things you're
at
not
its
supposed
best,
to eat.
It's very similar to spaghetti.
You're not supposed to eat that part unless you're a zombie, I'm telling you.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Why do you like? Y'all are such wasteful.
No, this
That
is
animal died for you to eat it. You better eat all of it.
I'm not gonna eat the intestines.
She's from fucking California. Don't lump her in with me.
Yeah, he's a Chicago. He doesn't even belong here. Get him out.
Like,
So is Ronnie.
if San Diego was left exclusively to locals, nothing would get done. Like it,
They're
y'all move at a
taking her
slow
germs.
pace.
I died it.
Died it.
Don't some countries have something like menudo, like tripe?
Yeah, tripe's disgusting.
I also think pig feet is disgusting. I think goat's head is disgusting. I think that balls are disgusting.
I'm like, why do you think goats'
Your
heads
poor
are disgusting?
husband.
Hey, Drag.
I'm like, are you? No, wait, are you also?
Tie this together to a prison track.
Okay, are you also gonna
can't.
say camel balls is disgusting?
Yeah,
Camel
they're
balls?
definitely.
Wait, is
Yeah,
that
camel
Ace?
balls.
That sounds like Ace.
That is ace.
That is Ace, okay.
Rocky
Yeah.
Mountain oysters are disgusting.
Like
Rocky
camel,
Mountain spotted fever.
camel
also
balls
you have
are
to
amazing.
You also have. God. You also have to recognize that Deidre is like, she's kind of like Redline in the sense that she's an extremely picky eater.
Yeah, I am a picky eater, though I'm not as picky as him. But if you said, let's go get Armenian food, I would panic and
like-
say no. I would get suddenly ill and be like, I gotta go.
Just because they're Armenians, that's racist.
No,
Just because I know that they're gonna be too interesting for me.
People didn't know what
camel balls
chitlins were.
again.
Okay, chitlins is pig intestines, but it's a like stereotypical black people dish. I have had it once or
What
twice
is
in
it?
my
Pig
life.
intestines?
Yeah, pig intestines.
That's not that uncommon. It's pretty common actually.
Yeah,
I'm like,
not a fan.
they think it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat it, but I've never like woken up and go, you know what? I really want some pig intestines.
No.
I went to a Chinese buffet and I was a bit horrified, but I was trying to keep it together because I'm picky. And like this kid next to me, like he was part of our church group, he starts pulling stuff into his plate, and it's like a full-on, like a crawdad sort of thing that's red with like eyeballs on it.
Oh yeah, the crawfish and yeah, I wouldn't ever eat the crawfish in a Chinese plate. They don't know how to cook them right.
Yeah,
it's
but Drag, that's
like the
because
whole
you don't
thing.
think anyone knows. Like you
No,
would
no,
rather have
no.
a Cajun boot
No,
rather
so
than
that
have like
that
good
is a
food
Cajun
from another
food.
country.
no, that is a Cajun food. Like if crawfish aren't cooked right, they just don't taste good.
Oh, I agree. Well, if you don't cook anything right, it doesn't taste.
No,
good.
no, but like the Cajun way is the right way. Like that.
There's no such thing as like a right way.
No, there is.
If you cook
Well,
them
how-
while
how's
they're
this?
dead,
When that's what you're familiar and expecting, then that's what you're expecting to get. And if you don't
Right.
get it, it's never done
No,
right.
no,
I think
crawfish.
there's a
Yeah.
right way. I think
Crawfish
there's a
don't have
right
enough
way.
self-taste. Like they.
Okay, can somebody tell me what is a crawfish exactly? It's a crustacean, right?
Crayfish.
Why are we calling
Yeah.
it? Why are we calling it crawfish?
Why do we call starfish a fish?
They are fish.
No, they're not. There is nothing that's a fish, actually.
If it's not a fish, then how come it smells salty?
It smells salty. What?
wait, you smelled a
If
starfish?
there's nothing called a
Yeah.
fish, what do you call
Yeah.
a salmon?
Hold on. When the fuck have you smelled a fucking starfish?
Let me look up the actual genus.
Oh,
What do you mean?
In biology, fish
Well,
means nothing.
they're
Oh, it's like
okay, so
saying
they're
cow.
they're econoderms, aren't they? But
Well,
you could smell
no.
them. What do you mean? Put them up to your face.
So fish would be like saying that everything that flies is a bird.
It is. It's a fact. It's in the Bible. Read it.
No, bats.
Are we really gonna get into this?
Bats
argument with a
are
guy
not-
Are we really gonna get into this argument with a guy that wants to adopt a fucking mountain lion?
Look, you're right, Sam.
Well,
He's
they
just
don't- they
trying to
can't
pull up
fly.
on the mountain lion topic again.
Yeah, we're
You
not.
guys brought it.
yeah.
Wait,
not going
wait. Mountain King. There we go.
Mountain,
Okay.
mountain kitty.
Mountain King.
If you call
Let's
it a
see.
mountain kitty, it's not that bad. It doesn't sound as crazy. Good idea.
No, but I'm calling you Mountain King.
Yeah, mountain king. Now do I have to go gay?
Okay, Cedar, what
Yeah.
can you call
Yes.
like terminal cancer to make it not sound so bad?
The beginning of I don't know, of heaven.
Disease of the
Batty,
afterlife.
Batty, go bye bye.
Okay, it doesn't matter what you call it; it's still gonna kill you. It doesn't matter what you call
Yeah,
a mountain
but it-
lion; it's
but
still
it-
gonna rip your face off.
But if you call it Batty, go bye bye, it sounds much.
You want to hear a funny, not kind of a funny story? It's not that funny, but it's funny. It's like, so I had a patient today who came in. I admitted him. He was like, this patient. He's end stage lung cancer and a bunch of shit. He's dying. He's off to hospice, that kind of thing. And he comes back for whatever reason. And I was telling, and I'm like, I know there's been a bunch of times he's been here. He's basically hospice. His wife brought him back because she thought he had the C, whatever the fuck it was. And so he's like, okay, so the guy is dying, he's hospice. Okay, I got it. So he goes in.
You're breaking up.
Can use his real name. He's like, Mr. Adams, are you ready to go back to the Lord? Like cracking up.
Go back to the Lord?
That's what he said to him.
Oof.
I'd be
To
like,
return.
listen, I don't remember being with the Lord, so like, I don't know, it's like...
No, that's a common like Christian or Muslim thing to say. Right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Ready to go see
Some
him again.
Christians don't believe that we're spirit babies just hanging out with God. Like, we just kind of come into being when we're born. So, I don't
Well,
know,
this
I
guy has
don't
lung
know
cancer
what to
with this guy has cancer with mets to his brain. I don't think he's doing that. He just wants to die peacefully.
So he came to see you.
He will die. He is sick. I mean, there's nothing. There's
I
no.
wouldn't want to see it on my last days. Sorry.
Why? You want me to keep? Okay, you want me to keep you? You want me to do the?
Die already.
You want me to do the whole? You want me to do the whole trach and peg, rectal tube, IV pressors, the whole bullshit for you?
Well, it depends on what's going on. Like, if
Right,
I'm,
if it's
vomiting blood, or if I'm vomiting my own poo, then just please let me die.
Right.
Help.
Thank you. Right. If you're vomiting blood, no one's gonna put you. No one's gonna kill you. They're gonna treat them.
No, the
have a
vomiting
GI
poo thing. The vomiting poo.
I don't know.
That was pretty bad. That was the worst death I've ever seen in my fucking life. It took
This
weeks,
is a
by the way.
cheery conversation.
It took weeks. I saw her tongue rot off. I saw her finger rot off. I saw her face.
I don't need like this is like this is not necessary.
Very educational.
Anything Acetal say necessary?
No, but like this is especially not necessary.
Actually, Aceto, I have a question. So when you got sick, did they have trouble determining what the hell was wrong?
No.
I think a lot of people have trouble determining what exactly.
That's for the head. That's for the head. What do you mean had trouble determining? Nobody determined shit. They just took a swab of my nose and ran it in a lab.
Yeah, so the swab for me came back negative, but I'm running some crazy virus. Like
It could be a false negative.
the
Depending on which
flu's
test they
also
do, it could be a
negative?
7 to 50. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flu. So all those tests, there's blind spots in them. The flu test, the rapid respiratory viral panel that they do is about 20% sensitive. I'm sorry, about 80% sensitive. That means there's 20% of cases that it'll miss.
Okay, so if you guys in the chat who are clearly watching have not figured it out, Aceto is an actual medical doctor. So,
Which is a frightening fact. In most
I
cases.
look, we're not
Jay,
judging
is this
Aceto
live?
today.
Yeah, we are live.
Is this
You're live
law,
on
you
YouTube
dirty?
and on Twitch.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm talking about people shitting.
I may or may not have the coronavirus. I tested negative, but my doctor thinks I have it. So I had
You could have it. You could have it. I've had patients who had COVID-19 negative, but when I look at the chest CT, they have multifocal pneumonia, which is extremely characteristic of COVID. So we treat them as presumptive positive.
What did WebMD tell you? Did it tell you?
WebMD told me it was coronavirus, cancer, or endosulfation.
Okay.
I don't think that last one's a word.
Can you smell?
What's that?
Can
Can you smell?
So my sense of smell went away because I started feeling ill last Wednesday, and then
So you
now
can't smell?
it's starting to come back now.
Okay, so you lost your sense of smell for like you really lost it. Not like I think I'm smelling a little bit less. Like you couldn't smell things and taste things.
No, Scott was like literally cooking garlic and shit, and I couldn't smell anything.
Oh, okay. And did you have a runny stuffy nose?
And I'm not congested like at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's good reason to believe you do have COVID. SARS, whatever.
But like I feel like, I feel a little bit better. Like Sunday, Saturday, Friday night, I had 103, 102 temperature, and then eventually,
What are your symptoms?
Tylenol brought it down.
What are your symptoms?
I have a lot of chest pain, and I have right and left pain around my rib cage, and
Any
I'm
coughing?
out of breath when I walk around a lot.
Any coughing?
Not even a lot. Like if I go to the bathroom and back and stuff, I go out of breath. I have a dry cough, but I always have a dry cough. Like that's not something that's particularly
And
new.
you're
I have a terrible sore throat.
What's your highest fever?
My highest fever is
Highest measurement you've made taken of your temperature?
yeah, it's the highest I've hit.
103. And
Yeah,
it started.
like right
This all
when I
started
hit
when.
that, I was like shivering and shaking and being like bizarro. So I took some Tylenol and it brought it down. So I've been doing Tylenol.
How long has this been going on?
So you were kind of like a chihuahua when drag walks by?
Oh, absolutely. I was like shaking, like, oh, like.
Were you
like
also
uncontrollably.
racist? Chihuahuas are definitely racist. Drag
I
or
probably
chihuahuas
am a little
racist
bit
towards you?
racist. I told you.
Did
I've
you
never
did
been
you get
attracted to an
a
Asian
did you get a
person
chest
before.
X-ray?
I
Did you
feel
get a chest
racist
X-ray
about
done? There's nothing racist. You don't get to decide what you're attracted. I'm not attracted to fucking men. What am I supposed to say with that?
You're sexist.
But am I?
Yeah, I got a chest X-ray done as well, and they said my chest looks okay, but like I don't know.
COVID doesn't show up
But-
on chest X-rays. It only if it does, it only shows up when it's late, like when you have like ARDS. That's the reason I was asking is because you could have pneumonia, right? You could have simple lobar pneumonia. But since you had a chest X-ray, that rules that out for the most part. Hey, you may have COVID.
Then the COVID swab, man, that's like the most unnatural thing.
Yeah, they
Like,
shove that
pop
shit in your
head
nose. I know.
back, and it's not. I wouldn't put that as like saying that that's painful per se, but it's uncomfortable as fuck. Like you want to rip it right out.
Yeah. Sucks, but
Like I almost grabbed the guy's hand because like it's just such a reflexive reaction.
yeah, they should warn you that it's going to be very uncomfortable.
So if anybody in the stream has any pictures of the genitalia that they need to show Aceto, I can give you his email. Completely confidential.
But what you need to start doing is start taking a shitload of hydroxychloroquine, aka Plaquenil. Start injecting alcohol into your veins, or you can drink Corona Light. They'll do it too.
You and fucking Corona Light, dude. Like, isn't this just a sign from God that you should stop drinking that swill?
You know what's funny is I think we're going to discover that mountain lions can smell COVID-19, and then we're going to start using mountain lions as like smelling cats.
Mountain lions can get COVID probably if the tiger.
No, they
if the
can't.
Tiger tested positive.
I don't think it was actually positive. I think it was contaminant because I didn't see any follow up to that. And second of all, do you have any idea how many people have house cats? You don't think they would have been able to get their cats infected?
I also think that there was some fuckery from that bitch Carol Baskin. So
Carol Baskin did it. Yep.
This is obsessed with
to
me.
tigers.
It's smart though.
Oh, you know what's happening too, Cyril? My neck is bullfrogging out. Like, so, like, if you look at the very base of my neck, it's completely bulged on the sides, and it feels like someone has taken like someone like dragged, it's like big hands, like taking their like finger and their thumb, and they kind of just start like setting it on there, like about to choke, like fake.
Wait,
choke,
it's
but not actually
enlarged?
choking.
It's
What's
enlarged.
that? Yeah,
It's
they're
in,
super
like a
enlarged.
lymph node, like an enlarged lymph node.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very common with viral infection.
You could just send me a pic, Deidre, and I'll just forward it to him.
Give it a week, it'll start resolving. But you may start seeing it on the opposite side.
It's on both sides right now.
Yeah, so it'll take a week or so to go away. It's usually pretty tender.
You got to do a lymph node drainage, like forcefully.
It's not indicative of anything. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't mean that your prognosis is going to be worse. Or it doesn't. It's not like that.
Doesn't it just mean your body's fighting?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't get enlarged lymph. They don't get lymphadenopathy, even though the lymphs are working.
The chest pain had me freaking out a little bit because it started making me nervous because like it was.
When
really
do you get the
sharp
chest
at
pain?
one
When you
point.
take a nice deep breath in?
So before it was like all the time, and now it's like every so often you breathe in and it's like, oh, okay, that's.
Oh yeah. Sort of like chest pain.
Anyway, my doctor was kind enough to give me a call back today just to make sure I wasn't dying again. And then if it keeps continuing, they're gonna make me go in for a blood test, I guess.
What for?
COVID blood test?
To rule out any bacterial infection as a secondary.
Okay. I was like, I hadn't heard anything like that.
Although I do have to say, Aceto, if you do actually get a mountain lion, can you keep me abreast of that? Because you're a very good topic for first dates, for conversation.
You want me to keep a what?
Keep me informed.
Okay. I'm gonna get it, that's for sure. It's just not right now.
You know,
I'm telling you, I've seen, if you look up on YouTube, some people have kept them as pets. It's not crazy.
you know, I'm not gonna come over your place, right? If you got my
Yeah,
You realize just because something's on YouTube doesn't mean it's not like you're really like.
But
I don't think I mean, I think
mountain lions are not as big. Mountain lions are not as big as you think they are. They're not like lions. They're actually mountain lions are actually small cats technically.
Doesn't that
The way
thing
they're
eat 120 pounds of meat a week?
No, it's much less than that. Oh, per week? Maybe. I thought you were gonna say per day.
No, not per day.
Let's see,
No.
how much meat? Well, when that Russian couple that has a mountain lion, I think they feed them like 5 or 7 pounds of meat per day.
I still don't understand the allure.
It's a cute animal.
I mean, you have a
Yes.
So a
yeah,
mountain lion can so a mountain lion can easily eat 10 pounds of meat every single day. That's 40
Mountain lions
hamburger
are-
equivalents.
Hard to feed. That's a lot. You're gonna have to find Carol Baskin's husband.
Just gonna let him loose and he's gonna feed himself. That is an expensive animal to own.
I don't know why you don't just get another house cat like a normal human being.
Yeah, they eat a lot less.
Yep. I mean, Rimron's already loud, so a mountain lion, pretty sure is gonna be louder.
Can they make loud noise?
I mean,
Yes,
it's
they can.
It's a mountain
Dude,
lion.
it's a fucking mountain lion.
They scream. They have this war cry that's insane.
Okay.
How about you not get a mountain lion and you get a Savannah cat instead? Those
Well, the
guys are
Savannah cat
wild.
was responsible. The Savannah cat was responsible for the first SARS outbreak. So fuck that. But
But that's any wild
So
animal
now
can be done.
can you imagine if the next SARS, if SARS number 3 comes from mountain lions, and I'm like the patient 1?
I could see it.
I could see it too. Savannah cats are actually kind of trippy. They look basically like house cats, except they're tall.
They are so tall, and they're pretty. I mean, they're pretty wild. Like you know,
Their ears are huge too.
cross them.
Yeah, they're fucking feral.
Oh, you mean like mountain lions?
Caracals can be pretty cool too.
I mean, just get it like a ocelot or something and just call it a day.
Work my way up.
No, actually, you have an easier time. I worked at the zoo.
Should I get a
So I
caracal?
don't know shit, but you would have an easier time having a pet cheetah than a mountain lion.
They're too
Like,
fast.
You have to have the cheetah with a dog.
They're too fast.
Like the cheetah would be with a dog at the same time.
Cheetah's gonna eat that dog.
Yeah.
No, they bond. They bond. So like.
Well, if you get them together when they're young, yeah.
So cheetahs are terrified of everything. They're scared of everything and super skittish. So the dog says everything's calm and this human is cool, and then the cheetah's like, okay.
Yeah, SWTOR, how do you feel about sacrificing a dog?
Why would I sacrifice a dog?
To feed
If
the
you
cheetah.
got a fucking cheetah.
I'm not gonna
They don't
sacrifice
eat
it.
the dog. They bond with the dog.
You
If you
say
get the-
that, but that's at a
No,
zoo.
honestly, okay. When you get two animals when they're young, it's completely different than if you bring two fucking feral animals into the same room together.
Look, man, I don't trust wild animals.
You don't have to trust them.
No,
I'm
I
just
don't-
telling
I
you
don't
that's
think
what
people
tends to
should have
happen.
those pets. That's too crazy.
I also don't trust humans.
Ocelot is
Can
how
you
big is an
imagine if you had a
ocelot?
pet human like some of the ones that we know?
A pet human? You just
Shane
like-
Rev had a pet
I
human.
call dibs on neutering Gman.
Like, oh.
I call dibs on neutering the. What was the other guy's name? Midnight.
Hilton?
Midnight?
Midnight.
Are we still alive?
Fuck.
Yes,
Probably.
we're alive.
Sam, this was your idea. First of all, I don't know why you're acting shocked.
Why is this my... Wait, I never suggested you castrate Midnight.
Yeah, not me. You wanted to do it.
How
I
come
don't
it's
wanna
neutering
castrate-
for animals, but it's castrate for humans?
I don't know why... Because animals are inferior to us. I don't
depends
want
what
to
you mean.
fucking... I don't want to fucking castrate Midnight. That's cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh, okay, then it's a
like-
good thing you clear that up.
I think we should castrate Shani for Christ, whatever's dangling down there.
Oh, you can't castrate a woman. I think she's already had a hysterectomy or her tubes tied.
I think
she
this
had-
adipose is just blocking them at this point.
We just cut out the fallopian tubes.
You don't cut them out. You clip them.
No.
Okay.
I think it would be. I think we want assurance.
I have a serious question. If you guys have a carrot dick like Rev,
Character.
would you still feel confident in coping with that as a husband or a ladies' man?
As far
Have I
as
seen
I'm
another
concerned-
penis before?
As far as I'm concerned, there are two dick sizes. Too small and good enough. That's
Okay. Wait. Have I seen another penis before?
You've
Yes,
seen
you've
many,
seen another
and you
penis
know it.
before.
Okay, then no.
You were in the military. You know you've seen dicks.
No. This was a hypothetical situation, so
Oh.
I needed all the.
Could you garner male confidence from being a really good mechanic, aka oral
No.
and fingers and shit?
No.
No, just find a tiny Asian chick that has a small hole. Like, it's not that hard.
That's a good idea.
That's what you should do. You should be like one of those guys on 90 Day Fiance.
What?
And fucking seduce some Filipino chick. With
No. Some
Instead,
Japanese
he chose
girl.
The Cave of Wonders girl.
No. No. If you watch 90 Day Fiance, there are no Japs in that show.
No, but I was making a
We're on
comment on
Twitch.
him being in Japan.
Guys, we're on Twitch.
God,
So what can we say on Twitch? Or
there
what
are
can
no
we not say?
Japaneses on that show. Better?
It's okay. It's
So I
Greg's
had a
Twitch.
friend-
What's that song? I'm feeling Japanese.
Turning Japanese.
Oh, turning Japanese.
I had a friend that was so small that when she got married, she actually had to have a doctor intervene because they couldn't stretch her far enough to actually have intercourse. So like.
Yeah,
you
where's
won't
that
be able
chick?
to use
Get that chick's sister.
Wait, what do you
Rev.
mean she was too small? Explain.
For some reason, her vaginal
Oh, okay, yeah.
area was so tiny and tight that she couldn't even get the smallest tampon up there, or the tiny baby
So-
finger even.
So that was my ex-fiance partially.
Wait, what?
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. So it took tons of lube.
I mean, there are other orifices. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. No.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
But
Can you list
Like,
a couple? I'm not really sure
it-
what you're
it-
talking about.
it's just a really good feeling to bust a nut in there.
After 15
Okay.
minutes of
Is
getting
it
in
also a good feeling to leave the end point of that in Poland and never talk to it again?
Yes, that is a good feeling.
there? My job here's done.
Just checking.
I'm like, if it was meant to be, they'll find me.
No, like
They'll find-
I feel like
hopefully they'll find you dead.
I feel like we should somehow find a way to get Rev on 90 Day Fiance. That shit would be the greatest.
What is it?
That
By the way,
would
what are they up to? Are they what were they doing recently? They were having they're doing porn. What happens after
They're
that?
not doing porn anymore. 'Cause
They
we made
retired.
We did so much. We made so much fun of them.
Oh, that's good. So what are they up to now?
He's now
In Tokyo?
Shanny.
We did a better job talking them out of doing porn than the fun bees did, because the truth came out, the opinions about what they actually look
you
like.
mean Sabella couldn't influence their behavior? That's interesting.
Yeah, none of the funnies were able to go, no, stop, don't. It was like Willy Wonka, don't jump in the chocolate river. And so we
Wait,
just jump in the chocolate
Wait,
river.
Abad's in the chat. Isn't Abad Chinese? Can't
Yes,
you
he is
find
Chinese.
Can't you find a mail order bride for Rev?
I think they wouldn't let him back into China after that.
Yeah, just like a tiny. I mean, really, it could be any ethnicity. Like Xavier, do you know some rural Mexican chick?
Yep, somebody that has
No, not off the top of my head.
a small one, like my friend that could barely do tampons. She actually ended up getting a surgery. Actually, I guess there's something that opens that up.
Yeah, with surgery you can open up anything.
But also, the reason why I'm saying it's not just any chick, because you got to find a chick that's gonna actually fuck Rev.
I think, you know what? Finding
Wait,
a
are they
chick that can
separ-
put
are
up
they
with a tiny
separated?
dick is one thing, but just being able to put up with him, I think, is the harder part.
Are
Yeah,
they separate?
I'm more concerned with the fucking personality than I am with the tiny dick.
Yeah, that's
Are they
the hurdle.
separated?
That's the hurdle.
Are they separated?
I'm just gonna say
No.
something here. Unfortunately, I have to defend Rev here. Tony Designs, you try keeping it up if you're fucking Shanny.
Oh yeah. By the way, I do not hold that part against Rev. It's funny, but it's not his fault. Could you imagine having that mass in front of you?
Yeah. Oh, Abraham, no, that photo that you see me choking Gman is completely real. Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
they
like
need to induce porn.
just
sorry.
How's
Like
G-Man
the-
doing?
complaining that I exposed him on a Black Hebrew Israelite radio station.
Really? You did?
Yeah, I called into one of them after he called in, and I told him about when I met up with him and he kept touching me. Yeah, he didn't like that too much.
Wow, that's so funny. What do they say? What do they say?
Oh, they're like, oh, we knew it. Oh, it sounds like y'all went on a date. Like, they were making jokes and shit like that. And it's like, oh,
Because
well.
he touches them too, kind of, right? I mean,
Well, he had
it's really-
so it wasn't those guys in particular, but he did start patting some guy on the stomach. But this was years and years ago, and the guy, of course, reacted like, "What the fuck?" and I think shoved G-Man into the corner, and he got mad and started trying to rally his brothers in Christ, from Soldiers of God, the group that he got kicked out of. And what I'm told him was look, you put your hands on another man, and you should have known better than that.
don't do it.
But he still, he doesn't realize that. No, you don't. That's his no spot, G-Man. You can't touch another man's no spot. So,
You're an idiot.
yeah.
What? 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 What?
He's
So
gonna
in
get
the
death.
Bible times, when you swore an oath, there was this oath that people would swear and they would grab each other's genitals. It was man and man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
And it wasn't considered homosexual for some damn reason.
That's not gay. I mean, there's times like in locker rooms, like you
Okay,
just.
who is fucking having an MMA fight with their water glass?
I gave you 2 guesses.
You're gonna need one only.
You?
Wait, I want to hear
Acetal?
about Acetal's locker room grabbing. What's happening again?
Yeah, why are they grabbing dicks?
Not so much grabbing when you kind of hit him, you know.
Oh, he's talking about
Yeah,
sack
that's-
tapping. No, that's different. That's
Yeah.
sack tapping.
Yeah, nut tapping.
No.
Wait, what?
okay.
You hit
First off, sack tapping is acceptable.
Yeah, but I can
If-
extrapolate.
No, you're going over the pants. If you sack tap me and we're naked, we're fighting. Okay? Like, we're gonna throw fucking hands, and like that's not gonna end well.
What if I wear a glove? What if I wear a glove? Then the barrier is restored.
So I'm sorry, Wilson says Kevin needs to get a random rev noise soundboard going. Yeah, I'll we'll see about that. If you guys have timestamps of Rev saying stupid shit, then it makes it a lot easier because he had to do a lot of legwork for
Come
that.
on, we gotta get the Baja Blast and okay, folks.
Yeah,
And
folks.
What?
And then the face hugger one. The face hugger's just the best.
Like,
Bro,
there
smells
was,
like cat piss.
So, when I was running cross country and track in college, we had group showers, and during one of these group showers, somebody actually grabbed another dude's dick, and I told the guy, "If you do that to me, I'm going to fight you here, 300 style naked." And
did he?
he didn't touch my dick. No.
Did you touch his dick?
No.
That's your
I
loss.
think I would watch that actually. 300 style naked fighting. I think I would watch it.
Ugh. No.
Some women are aroused by that for some reason. I don't know why.
Women like watching men get like into combat, man. I've seen the way that like girls look at what's his fucking face? Jeremy Stevens. Like, I've trained with Jeremy Stevens, and like the way that chicks look at him, chicks don't look at me that way. It's like they just see him and he's just like a primal fucking dude.
Did you know there's tons of lesbians that like gay men porn?
Why?
Yeah.
Like, totally a thing.
Why?
Because
Because-
it's like it's like the same people like the same reason people like amateur porn, quote unquote. It's because it's people actually enjoying themselves.
That's not the same reason.
It's the
it's
exact
part
same
of-
reason.
It's
part
not the
of
same reason, because I don't watch
there's a
amateur
thing
gay
that
porn.
Men are less taken advantage of, and they feel
Okay,
more
the
power.
gay part is not the point.
But
But also men have visual results where women are pretty to look at, but like they don't have visual results.
you guys are putting way too much thought process into the fuck is
No, I've
happening.
had these long conversations with my friends that are lesbians that watch gay porn.
Oh yeah, that's like this is a very actually pretty well known thing for lesbians.
How the fuck would you know? How the fuck you
Because
say
I have
that?
because women can stand to be around me. That's why.
Yeah, I have a feeling Sam has talked to many types of women.
Yeah, but I mean, how many lesbians do you hang out with and you ask them about gay porn?
Well, not many.
Maybe a couple? Maybe one?
In my lifetime, like plenty, but I went to, more college. I don't think I have any like lesbian friends that I can think of right now.
Me neither. You know why?
Jade died.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jay was a wealth of fucking knowledge. Jay would have broken this shit down.
Yeah, she would have broken it down like scientifically, right?
Where do you feel like she would be on the mountain lion
And a whole
issue?
lot of paper to ask citation as well.
She
Jake-
would be probably against mountain lion, but then she might know some random dude who fucking wrangles mountain lions in Northern California.
Yeah,
I
would have had
feel
this
like-
could all be wrong.
amazing story about it.
I may have talked about this with her, honestly, truly.
Oh, she definitely has an opinion on it.
We need a seance to summon Jade. Like, we need your wisdom.
You realize, like, Jade was in, like, her teens in the fucking 60s. Like, Jade did some shit. I know y'all don't want to
She
think about
do
it,
some
but
shit.
she fucking definitely got finger blasted at like a Harvey Milk protest. I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
You don't want to think about it. She definitely
No,
did
I-
that.
Did you see her pictures when she was younger? She was.
Oh, yeah.
She was a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
Like when she was a young thing, like she had her. Yeah, like she had some game.
I miss Jade.
Who was scraping their bowl?
Who do you think?
It's the
Sorry.
guy. Are you feeding? Who? Oh, that's Pseudo. I thought that was fucking Ace feeding.
No,
No,
not this
not being
time.
price pudding with raisins.
Oh, I'm about to have a doggo in like a week. I'm excited.
Wait, what? You're getting a dog?
You getting a
No,
dog?
no, I'm moving in with friends who have a dog.
Oh, you're changing
I-
where you're living?
No, I'm asking them to live in my bedroom with me. It's a thing.
Oh.
The fuck? What?
Like,
Pay attention, people.
Yeah. Jesus.
No, I'm asking.
You're having other
if
men in
you're
your room?
changing
What?
roommates and or are you moving? Like one or the other, right?
Both.
Okay.
Where are you moving to?
Just a little bit north of me.
Are you gonna not be in a cool neighborhood?
No, not anymore.
Oh, sad face. You'll be
One
like
of the
me.
prerequisites to get a hipster toast bar.
I'm not gonna go to a fucking. I've never been.
I said you have to move away.
Fuck you.
Now people are like, what is hipster toast? It's exactly what you think it is. Exactly
I would-
what you think it is.
I would love to live in your area, but like we tried and it just could not. We could not get the parking to work because like
Where do you live?
there's no parking spaces.
No, like I mean, you just park one on the street. It's not a big deal.
We have 3 vehicles, just us. Like it's just too
Why?
much.
You just park 2 on the street then, or 1 on the street if you have a 2. Most places have like at least usually have 1 or 2 parking spots.
Yeah, everywhere we looked we were lucky to have a parking spot, and then we'd probably have to.
All
pick
right,
a
you don't
deal.
have Jew credit. My
Cool.
bad.
I don't have that either. Ironically, now I live in a luxury apartment, which is fucking retarded. I didn't want to live in a luxury apartment, but because my credit is shitty, this company is a big company, so like they were like, "Yeah, we'll spot you. You were okay. Just pay."
Why
a
is your
higher
credit-
deposit."
why is your credit
And I was like, oh shit! It's so like now I like pay through the nose, like it's ridiculous.
Why is your credit suck?
Why is my credit bad? Well, what happened was
Isn't it?
disaster.
She's
What
not a
kind of
Jew. Short version is she ain't no Jew. Doesn't have the chosen people.
My credit is never bad because of something.
Yeah, chosen by the
dumb,
Germans.
Like no repos of cars or impulsive purchases. It's all medical debt, like freaking all of it.
Oh yeah, no, medical debt is the way to go. Like it'll fuck you up so quick.
How much debt are you running with right now, Cedal?
Debt or
$10
low?
billion.
417,000.
Ah, okay.
Actually, probably a little bit more. Probably 418.
That's like
419.
anti-Jew.
I thought my debt was bad. I'm at 15K, and I think that's bad.
Oh, but yeah, 15K is nothing. I think 15K was like most of the tuition for one semester.
Yeah, I'm on a fixed program to build my credit back up.
But I'm
so
yeah.
so I can get unfucked.
Yeah. Did you do bankruptcy protection?
I don't want to do bankruptcy.
No,
for
did you
something
do-
that's
well,
under
no.
30K?
So this is all not medical. What do you call it? Medical debt.
Medical and dental.
What was your medical debt from?
Well, it's
Anal prolapse surgery.
one issue was I had a infection that spiraled out of control from an infection, and then I got an infection on my face, and then
Oh yeah, you told me
that
that.
got
I got
expensive
fucked up.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
could have saved some money if SWTOR would have just done the surgery. I think.
Well, that was more of a dental thing. It was a dental abscess, right?
Oh yeah, it was a dental
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
What?
I mean, you do dentistry, right, on the side?
I should though.
Out of everything I've been through, like gallbladder, like that, like breaking my arm twice, like everything, like that was the most painful thing I've ever been through. Like that felt like a hot poker was going.
Wow.
I just think it's fascinating that such a small nerve system, like they're not like compared to other things. Like you would think that like a broken arm would hurt worse.
No, the trigeminal nerve is really fucking painful. I was working with fucking hand. And her nerve.
Are you saying words?
So fucking bad.
Yeah, he's just
Cavity.
talking with his mouth full.
There's a disease called trigeminal neuralgia where you have persistent pain in your face from the same nerves that you were talking about. It's a really bad disease.
I think I told myself, like I'm serious. Like
Some
it
people
makes me
do. Some
crazy.
people no. Some people do. Imagine you know that pain you have, a really bad cavity and that sharp shooting pain. Imagine that doesn't go away. That's what they're looking at.
Well, I
There's
had
some
months of
medication-
that. So, like,
There's some
I
medication
can't
that
imagine
helps
what
and all
that's
that.
like.
Well, some people do kill themselves. It's a serious issue. Medication helps. You know, it can help a little bit. It can help a lot for some people. And sometimes they have to do surgery and just remove that entire nerve cluster. Get rid of the ganglion and see what that takes. It'll be completely numb, but at least the pain will stop.
One time I broke my wrist and we were playing. This is really dumb. So I was a youth leader, and one of our other youth leaders decided he was doing the rec games, and he decided it would be a good idea to play Red Rover. And I said, that's a terrible idea. We're too big for that. People are gonna get hurt. And I got convinced, and I was an idiot, to play. And my plan was that if anybody big ran my way, like one of our big seniors or whatever, I'd just let go. And so, of course, one of the big seniors like decides to make their way towards me, and I'm like, "Go shit!" So I go to let go, and I completely rest my hand and try to yank my hand out. And this guy that's holding my hand is like, "No, we will not fail. We're gonna block this guy." And I'm like, "No, let go, let go, let go." And then whammo, I get whacked, and I feel like my wrist, and it's just like a rubber band snap, whack. And so I go to the hospital. And they immediately start getting kind of weird after they look at the x-ray, and they come back and they go, "Do you feel safe at home? Do you need, can we ask," they asked my husband to leave the room because they thought my husband did it to me, because he was all grumpy that he had to take me to the hospital because he was mad the whole thing happened. And so, like, they thought that he did it to me because it looked like one of those twist and yank, like a
Spiral fracture, yeah.
Like, yeah, it was like a completely spiral fracture. And they were like, "Are you safe at home?"
What was
And I'm
broken?
like, "No, I was playing." What had happened was I was playing Red Rover, and
Where was your arm?
what's that?
Where was your arm broken?
It was at the wrist. So, like, right at the wrist, there's like this, like, I don't know, like, area like with cartilage and bone, and it snapped just like wow. And then like I couldn't move my thumb like in circles or anything like that. It was just stuck.
Well, good thing you recovered.
So what would you tell Shani if like she became one of your patients? Like, how do you tactfully tell someone like that they're like just horrifically obese?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's easy. Sam, this
You
is a blue
you go
whale.
over their health problems and you tell that most of this, if not all of it, is attributable to your weight, and you just tell them straight up, honestly.
Look, she's just been drinking a lot of water. Okay, that's what the issue is.
Dude, I've been like binge watching fucking My 600 Pound Life and fucking 90 Day Fiance during quarantine.
You've been hearing
My-
that water
my-
shit a lot, haven't you?
Oh
my
yeah.
doctor doesn't give a damn. My doctor tells me, listen, you gain a lot of weight. You have a smaller bone structure. This is probably why you're having so much pain in your hips, because I have arthritis in my hips now. You would do a lot just to get rid of
Why
all
do you
that.
have arthritis in your hips?
I
'Cause of
do have
Scott.
arthritis in my hips.
You're so young though.
I know, I'm 40.
Yeah, that's
I don't know why I have arthritis in my hips. I used to do a lot of hiking and skating. I don't know if that affected it. I don't know.
no, they're not really high impact.
Yes.
I sit a lot.
Strange how, like, well, just compare yourself to Shani, though, right? Like, look at the weight that's on her.
Oh, I can tell you she already has osteoarthritis in her hips, knees.
But you'd think that she would complain about it, though, right? Of all the other things she complains about.
She does complain. She calls it all fibro all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she probably rolls. Yeah, that's true. She rolls it all in there. My fibro.
But my doctor doesn't give a damn. My doctor's like, you're a beast. Get rid of it.
Get
Like-
rid of it.
How much do you weigh?
She's like,
Is
she's like-
your doctor Persian by any chance?
That is a very
No, my
Persian
doctor's
doctor.
blondie. My doctor's quite good looking, actually, which makes it weird. But
Are you saying Persians are not good looking?
Yeah, how dare you? You're a fucking racist.
I think Persians are incredibly good looking. They have dark skin and green eyes, and that combination is actually quite nice. Actually,
All right,
find
you
Persians-
convinced me.
Persians actually.
Yeah,
attractive.
but pubic hair like a thicket.
Well, that can.
But
be
they
made.
they
There are ways
they
to fix
laze that shit. Oh, they laze that shit off.
Oh, for sure.
A Persian dude taught me about the difference between laser hair removal and what is the other one? Electrolysis hair removal.
Electrolysis?
But I also find Jews attractive too. I find Jews, Persians attractive.
Yeah, because of the credit.
Quite right.
I like kind of bigger noses on dudes for some reason. On
That's an-
girls sometimes. Like I think Mayim Bialik is kind of cute, which is.
I am anti big nose. I just, it's not my thing. Like the big ass fucking honker on Sweet Heathen. No, ma'am. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
I'm
mind
more
that, actually.
unattracted
I'm
to the
down.
fact that she's attracted to Greg.
Well, yeah, no, that right there. Like, just like she can have a honker on her, but like she has to be
so-
interesting or like somewhat mentally stimulating.
She could literally be waving her pussy during a full-on HSV-1 outbreak, and I would still find the fact that she may have allegedly fucked McCrae more disgusting.
I feel like black women.
So your doctor told
to die for.
your doctor told you that your problems are attributable to weight. Did he put any recommendations for weight loss?
Wait, what did you say? Weight loss? We're back to weight
Your
loss. I was
doc-
talking about curvy women.
Oh, I know, but you're talking about fuck it, whatever.
Oh, we're talking about the fact that Sweet Heathen has no dignity.
Oh, my doctor, yeah. So I have a diet that I'm supposed to follow that sometimes I do. I mean, I'm not being bad. And,
You know, you
I
remind me.
have
You
to
remind me of
exercise.
one of my exes. One of my exes, Tanya, who was a pescatarian, except when she doesn't feel like being a pet. Stupid.
Yeah. But I've lost weight. I lost 20 pounds or so.
Oh, wow.
but I feel like I'm gaining it back a little bit ever since like this quarantine shit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
you should try. You should try drugs.
No, so I don't know how bad California is. They've not locked down all the fucking outside for us, so I've been going out every day and
No, Houston's a
run.
joke. Houston's like it's business as usual for the most part.
yeah, except we can't go in said businesses, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because I wanted to take you out to eat again. Well, it's actually sit down. Let's not drink because we end up doing more drinking than eating.
That's so true, but that's what I do though.
I think if you guys make it down to our city, we should rent a block of rooms and like a bunch of rooms together in the hotel that Cap stayed at when he was here.
Is there any mysterious white powder that may be scattered about?
I mean, if you want me to find that, I have ways.
You know, I'm saying for Acetal because you know he's doing home experiments with cooking and baking soda, of course, baking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that you are curious about this?
You're an asshole.
I mean,
Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, I've never done drugs, and I would never consider doing drugs. Especially not cocaine.
Would you be curious about a threesome?
Wait,
I have to check with the
Wait, what the
I
fuck?
have
You
to-
don't ask me? What the
I
fuck?
have to check with the Texas Medical Board to see if that's allowed.
You ask about a threesome. I'm not getting even like an honorable mention. Fuck. What am I? Chopped liver?
Wait, so who? Okay.
There's a Jew food for you as well.
So you have an idea or a prospective person to have a threesome with acetyl?
Oh, I have no idea. I was just thinking about wild things that are done in hotels.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna pick the bitch friend of yours to see if she was up for it.
Wait, which
Oh,
friend
God.
is this?
My bitch friend settled down. She fell in love with an Asian dude.
Oh, okay. That's
What?
what it took.
Is she black?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
A
black.
common occurrence, man. That's the sleeper of interracial couples. Asian dude, black chick. More common than you'd think.
Really?
She's-
I would have never
she was
guessed that.
about ready
Never
to
would have guessed.
graduate with like a computer science degree, has a job lined up, and then he's doing really well for himself. So
Damn.
he'd be like a power couple in NorCal now.
Bet that attitude went right away, didn't it?
Yeah, it has gone away.
It's amazing. I'm shocked.
Is it just because of dick? Is it because of the dick?
I mean, it says Asian dude, right?
No, Confucianism.
I don't
There's
know.
a tendency to call people.
I don't look. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the dude's packet, but she was a bitch. Like, and I usually don't call women bitches. Like, don't look at me. So I'll just women that I don't know. But my interaction with her, just straight bitch. And
She
I
was
was
a
like,
total bitch to you, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she's like, "Listen, just because we're black, it doesn't mean we have to be friends." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
like I wouldn't even be an asshole to her at all. Too. I was like, wow, it's just wow. Okay. All right.
She was in a mood that day, and then she apologized to me.
I never got that apology.
Yeah, but you know they're gonna have some beautiful ass kids, though.
Oh yeah. Oh no, those kids are gonna be gorgeous. Yeah. No, that's I remember seeing one Blasian kid in my entire life, and that was when I was working for Home Depot. When I say the fucking store stopped, it was like that movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Fucking like it's just that slow turn when everyone just recognizes that there's the golden child, and I'm like, my God.
If I end up marrying an Asian chick, that kid's gonna be so good at math.
Is it gonna be curious?
Dude, okay, first off, curiosity has no correlation to math skill. I think we've demonstrated that conclusively. It's like when you
So my bitch friend.
what did she make him do, like calc tables when test out, like, or was it more of like a Miyagi, like snatch the stone out of my?
Oh my
fucking
God!
palm?
Is there a single stereotype that you're not gonna fucking comb through?
Dude,
I
I'm gonna
just
do
want to say
all
that
of
she still calls me her vanilla girlfriend, even though she's hooking
By
up
the
with
time we're done here, Drag is not going to have a Twitch channel left.
Yeah.
What? Was he wax on, wax off? Is that his technique? If do right, no can defense. I'm a terrible person, aren't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reference game on point, though.
Yeah.
Gotta give you that.
Speaking of my friend that slided drag, she once asked me to wax her, which I refused. I was questioning real quick, would you wax your friend if they asked?
No. Oh, wait.
If it was a dude waxing his
hair,
chest,
yes.
yeah.
Chest hair, yeah. Because it'd be hilarious. And I'd film that shit.
Why?
But-
Okay, so here's the
totally
deal.
not speaking
Why not just shave chest hair? It's a lot easier to shave it. It's...
Fewer
that's
ingrown
what I do.
hairs if you wax.
Oh really? I thought it'd be higher.
That's what people tell me. I've never waxed my chest.
I shave it, but you're right. If you make more than if you make it more than one pass, you can easily get like a little bit of folliculitis.
Why do you shave your chest?
It just looks good. Plus, because scrubs go down to it just looks better.
Like, wait, other people other than black people get folliculitis? Really? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, shit. Okay,
so
I don't
black
know
people-
these things.
Black people. I have some patients. I have some. There's some. I have some patients that some black patients that they get such bad folliculitis they just can't shave their face.
Yeah,
They just can't.
you get a
They just
shaving
forget about it.
profile in the military because it gets so bad. It just looks like a rocky road at some point.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable that honestly they shouldn't do it. Just grow out a beard.
So, Drag, one of my Vintage Crew kids now just joined the army, and he's a scrawny, tall kid, like redline scrawny.
Did he tell you what his MOS is?
I don't know what MOS means.
Is he worried about
Military occupational status.
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask what that is right now, but
Assure
It's
him
their,
that I'm
it's,
not.
their, it's their job in the service. The title of their
Assure
job.
him that I will not try to ruin his time.
he's in boot camp, but like he
Tell him not to hit anyone.
So I looked at his picture, and I looked at all his recruits. They all look like children to me. Am I that old now that
Yes.
army recruits look like?
Everyone looks like a kid.
They always look like they're all like 17, 18 years old.
Oh, they're tiny.
Did he tell you where he's going to boot camp?
I'm in this little group, and I don't remember what fort he's at. I have to double check again.
What service is in?
Army.
United States Army. And yeah, I know why Drag's asking that question because he's going to make up his mind whether it's a pogue or a grunt.
Yeah. If
No
he's
offense to the army guys here. It's just I came from a Navy family, so I'm like I don't think I would ever choose the army, but whatever.
that's fine.
I know it cannot happen, but just tell him that if he finds prudent, just to kick him in the balls. It can't happen, but you never know.
Actually, thank you for reminding me about something. I need to look up something real quick.
What was the fort that Putin went to? It was a really shitty one.
He's at Fort Polk.
He's at Polk, but he
Polk.
went. Yeah, he's
It
about
looked
3 hours from
it's
us.
such a terrible looking fort when I looked up a picture of it.
James
It's-
Polk, Napoleon
it's
of the
just-
Stump.
It's where ambition goes to die. It seems like.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
I think Prudence life is where ambition goes to die. Too much?
Drag, how come
No.
you chose the army? I'm curious.
No, fuck that. Especially after what he said about you. You crazy? Nothing's too much.
Oh wait, I know why you didn't do the Navy. I saw how sick you were on the
Oh,
boat.
why did I
Okay.
do the army?
He was also hung over,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think that
I
contributed.
was high as a kite. That was not good.
Actually, that's a good question. Most of my family's army, and there's more job opportunities, and I'm not I can't swim. I know I'm not going to try to swim well, so.
I mean, you're black. I mean,
Yeah,
You
like
can't-
my cousin
you
joined the
can't
Navy,
swim?
but I can. Okay, I can swim to save my life, not well. Right? You need to actually be able to swim
okay. So
proficiently.
you could tread water. You could tread
Yeah, I
water.
can tread water, but I can't actually legit swim. So, my cousin can for some reason. I can't. He joined the Navy.
And really, Drag, what would you do in the Navy? Like, go to nuke school?
Yeah, no, I mean, I could have. My scores were good enough for that, but no, I wanted to actually be in the fight, so that's why I joined the army. But also have skills on the outside, so yeah.
What? Not just
You
get
could be a corpsman and you could join the Marines that way. So
Yeah.
corpsmen serve the Marines.
No, corpsman in the Navy. I would have to join the Navy and then be attached to.
And then you have to go.
Marine.
Yeah, you have to go. What do you call it? Green side or? All this nonsense.
It's just easier just to join the army.
And then go
Look.
to national.
Drag. I mean, your big ass would not fit in 6x6. So
No, that's
probably a
too-
good choice.
Yeah, I hate it just being around fucking tanks. I can't fit in fucking tanks.
Can you imagine Xavier in the Navy? This is so tight. This is so hot. There's no air movement.
There's no air movement.
I love boats.
Yeah, but the way you were in Sam's car, I don't think you would handle that.
cars aren't
small
boats.
space.
Cars aren't boats.
Cars are boats on wheels on land.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
basically, I mean,
but
cars are land boats.
Like inside the Navy ships, there's some tight spaces there that are really hot.
Look, you heard about his fiance. Xavier
They're
does well in a
lower.
tight space.
They are literally not cars.
Okay.
All right, I thought that
There's-
deserved more, but fair enough.
Hot.
Have you ever been in a submarine?
I love the hot. I just like hot in a car.
So, by the way, people
What's
listening on the
difference between
outside,
hot
we are
and
in
hot
Discord.
car?
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like a press.
It's an
Oppressing?
oppressive heat.
Yes.
All right, there's these things in a
Press-
car
like-
called
like I-
windows.
Yeah, all the windows were up.
Yeah, we were on the
Open
highway.
one. Oh,
I got news for you. All the windows
there's
are
this
gonna be
other
up
thing
on
in
a,
a
on
car
a
called
ship.
an air conditioner.
The air
That's what we
conditioning was
had.
up all the way. He was just
No, it
being a
wasn't.
fucking bitch.
Oh, so he's a bitch. Okay.
Yeah, he's a
Or Your
bitch.
air conditioning sucks.
Drag, were you
That-
uncomfortable?
That car
No.
I
was
thought
like
it was
90
fine.
Like 90 plus.
I get what Xavier's talking about though. Like if I'm in a car crammed in, it's hot. I actually start getting violent and hostile,
I was
like
perfectly comfortable before
like a
that.
caged mountain lion.
Like literally everyone else was like, "It's fine." I think someone at some point told me to turn down the AC at one point, but Xavier was a big baby about it.
No, that car was fucking roasting.
I think you were just hungover and oversensitive, is what I think.
No,
Well,
I
he's
fucking,
also high.
So Drag's been in my car.
Yeah.
Do I not have my car cold as shit?
Generally, like the coldest I've been in the car with you is in your dad's truck where that thing was fucking freezing. Normally, the temperature in your car is not too bad.
I guess you gotta have ice water in your veins to abandon children.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My car right now is set at 5 degrees. So that's what.
Jeez. I just roll the windows down, and just enjoy the atmosphere.
I mean, I do that too. If I have windows up.
There was a certain space where you wouldn't want to roll down the windows because all the cow poo smell.
Yeah, that would be the entirety of Bakersfield.
I grew
Yeah.
up near a farm. I'm fine with that.
So, Aceto, I might start dating a pharmacist. If I do, any requests allegedly? Like for
No.
only medical purposes?
No. You think she's gonna fucking steal drugs for somebody she doesn't know? Are you crazy? You think I would let somebody do that?
I don't know her life. She agrees to go out with me. Like, fucking, who knows what's possible?
She's the pharmacist?
No, she's in pharmacy.
Is she the pharmacy
Oh,
tech?
wow. She's a pharmacy school?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Never mind. I don't pay
She's only
attention
in
to
first
farm.
year. She probably doesn't.
I don't pay attention to farm students and med students.
Hey, Tito, have you seen the show Nurse Jackie?
No.
I think we should have a discussion on the definition of atheism.
Well, what about the show though? Is there? I haven't seen it, but is there more to that question?
Oh, it follows the day in the life of a nurse that gets addicted to drugs. Grey's Anatomy has that too, and I can't remember. I think ER has done that before too. Oh man,
Oh,
metaphysical jails in here.
Kamal, if you want to hop in this chat, just hop in live stream.
Drag. Did you hear the Nick Suter clone going at fucking Steve last night? It was hilarious.
No, I heard that. Yeah, somebody went in on him and started correcting him. I haven't actually. I don't sit and listen to this shit, but people were saying it was funny.
He gets super defensive.
Like, was it just like, hey, I don't think this is right, and let's talk about it? He just starts getting all up in arms.
They were debating the etymology of agnosticism.
Oh my god.
And Steve just got so pissed.
Did you see that Steve badmouthed Skylar on Twitter?
Yeah, he actually lied on Skylar and said some crazy shit. I forgot what it was.
Skylar did something about blocking him from.
Well, basically
attacking him from helping a mother and child.
That was because he was part of what happened is he was attacking Katie Joy's kid and saying that this kid didn't have whatever illness or disability that the kid has. And Skylar was just like, you know what, fuck you. Like, don't go at someone's kids. Speaking of which, does anyone else, I pointed this out recently to Dragon, I don't think anyone else has made this observation. Anyone else notice that the non sequitur, like, he originally said that this was going to be like the golden parachute for his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Anyone notice that he spent probably around $15,000 on a lawyer, but none of that money has gone towards his daughter?
Look, priorities.
Well, it's not his money though, right? He didn't spend his money.
It's somebody else's
Ruhif's money. But like, here's the thing, right? If like Ruhif is a good friend, and I've said this before, I would say, you know what, like, instead of spending money on this lawsuit, because like honestly it's probably not worth it, I'll put the money you would have had or that I would spend on like the lawsuit into a trust for your daughter.
No, that's not that word. That's not how that works. That's kind of weird.
It's kind of fucking weird that he's paying for a fucking lawsuit over a fucking
I just. Well, yeah, that's fucking stupid. Obviously, the whole thing is stupid. But the idea that, hey, I want to sue this person, but I'm not really going to because it's not worth it. Can you give me the money instead for my daughter?
No. What I'm suggesting is that Ruhif, as his friend, goes, listen, man, like, you're not going to win this money back.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's different.
And this is going to cost X amount of money. How about I remunerate you for something and have it go to your daughter's trust or some shit?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. That's a much better idea. Now that I heard it in that direction. But what happened to their case? Is that still going on?
It's still going on. It's been damn near. He has a counter on his fucking live display of how long it's been for Kyle to return the non-sex show, and it's been something like 315 days.
Oh wow, has it been that much? Incredible.
Yeah. But I mean, there's priorities, right? Some people take care of the kid. Some people, only use them when it's convenient, and some people leave them in Poland. Everyone's different.
Oh yeah, so Abba doesn't know. The reason why Steve is able to sue Kyle and hire a lawyer in North Carolina is because Ruhif paid for it.
Yeah, you actually think that he got a job and is doing that himself? No, he's having other people do it for him. So, hey.
I agree with Sam. Like, it would have been more beneficial for someone to set up a trust fund for her, if that was his main concern, instead of this internet pride slap fight. That's just
priorities.
Oh no, Yato God is unsubscribing. I'm sorry. Resubscribe. Steve's awesome. His beard doesn't look like it's a rat's nest. Well,
yeah, and his department is beautiful.
Yeah. No, I am. Look, if I was so like, let's say that this is drag, fall down 6 flight of stairs and like become pathetic and whatnot.
That's all it takes to become pathetic. Fall down a flight of stairs. What the fuck is wrong with
a few flights?
All those.
You know how many times I've fallen down a flight of stairs when I'm drunk?
Look, we are not talking about the dumb shit you do when you're drunk. I think we've established that. But like, you do whatever leads your life to being a failure. Okay, drag. And like, and let's just say that like I somehow, use my Jew wiles to make Ruhif type money, right? And you ask me, like, Sam, can you fund this lawsuit? In all honesty, I'm gonna go, listen, no. How about at most, how about I float you for a couple months? You get your own show. I'll pay for what you need to do there and invest in the show. But then you go from there and you make your own living. That's what I would do if I was Ruben, right? I'm not a huge fan of just throwing people money with no strings. That's me personally.
Of course you're not.
Like, there's very rare circumstances. Yeah, like, it's very rare circumstances, right? Like, and like even now, like, me and Drag are good friends. Let's say that for some reason he doesn't want to induce a late bill for like, I don't know, a cable bill or some shit. I would float in a little bit of that money, and I go, listen, it's not a big deal, you know. This is hypothetical. Don't go doing this, Drag. I'd be like, it's not a big deal. Just please, like, guarantee you're gonna put it towards that. This is just me as a person. Is like, I don't like just giving people money to do dumb shit. You know, like I feel like that's counterproductive.
It's kind of one of those teach a man to fish moments, right? So it's like, you know, you want to set somebody up so that they can walk on their own and do their own thing, not just like enable their shitty behavior. But I mean, like, look, if that's what he feels is justified and doing for his,
it's his
friend,
money,
you know.
Hey, shitty behavior. How's Midnight doing?
My money, and I want it now.
I'd donate to Steve's daughter. Like, I would donate to her. I'd be like, I'm sorry your dad's shit.
No, I would too. Like, if she legit had, you know, a GoFundMe or some shit like that for a college fund, I'd donate. I don't care for Steve, but I think that she needs to be educated so she's not a failure like him.
All right, adios, y'all. I go watch the
Adios.
show.
All right, see ya. Actually, speaking of which, I need to find my homeboy's GoFundMe because his wife actually has like stage 3 breast cancer and maybe positive
Man,
for
our
COVID.
country is so fucked up that you have to do GoFundMes for cancer. Like,
Does she have insurance?
No, I don't think she has insurance. I'm about to double check with him, but I do not think she has any insurance. And I'm like, man, I grew up with this dude. Like this is like that story that I tell about me growing up with white people and having an apartment a few times with white guys. He's one of them. So I'm probably gonna take my next Patreon check and just put it to his GoFundMe for his wife.
Did she get surgery?
I don't think she's had surgery yet, but I think it's being scheduled. But I think because of what's going on here, it'll. I know she's receiving some treatment, but I don't think it's surgery.
Yeah, they're doing they're probably gonna do neoadjuvant, which is they give you chemotherapy up front to debulk tumor, then they do surgery to remove it, and then they'll do more chemotherapy later on. No, but the whole COVID shit, we're still doing cancer surgeries. Those are not elective.
I have to go to GoFundMe and check it out.
So what did you want to know about Midnight? Aceto, because I've asked about him like 4 times.
What was I saying?
You said you wanted to know what's going on. Well, he's signing. So him and Serb did go over Pell Grant. That's what they did the other day. Very, very recently, they went over Pell Grant stuff.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Goddamn, that was loud.
Hello?
I think one of the tricks of moving forward with school is picking what you want to do and focusing on that goal instead of doing a shotgun approach and just not making up your mind and doing everything. And that can be difficult for some personalities.
I mean, it depends what you want to do, right? Like, I think at his age, you should have a fairly decent idea of what you want to do.
Nope. He needs
How
another
did you
35 years.
decide what you wanted to do?
I just kept taking classes of things I was interested in, and I knew I wanted to be in the sciences. Or just like get like a fucking generic ass business degree and
No, don't do
use that to network.
That requires a lot of charisma and
Yeah, you're gonna ask him to network? Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Look, I don't
he
think
can't do that.
that he's gonna be
That's
able
not gonna
to do
happen.
that. But like, I don't
Can't get
know
it.
what he. Look, being honest, I don't know what he can do. So it's, you know.
He can watch cartoons.
Okay, yeah. So I need to go grab something in a second, but Serb and him went over Pell Grant, and he's been working on his web design stuff. You know, he returned the money that I sent him for his education, and he's supposed to be returning the rest of it.
So dumb.
He didn't. fucking return my money.
He said he did say. I asked him about that. He said he's going to return the rest of it to you guys. I think sometime later this month or next month, but sometime in the future. And I was like, it's
I don't understand why he doesn't
$13.
just take the damn class. Like, what the fuck? Has he explained that completely?
Explain what?
Explain what?
Why he's not just taking the master class? Because
he doesn't.
returning $13 to each person's like just giving somebody back stale coffee and being like, thanks for the Starbucks, I don't want it.
He's saying he's still taking the course, but he's just going to give us back the money. Give it back.
Because he knows that if we pay for it, there's some level of accountability for him to succeed.
That's exactly it.
He it's sad. It's another way for him to avoid accountability.
Well, that's also a sign of anxiety about it. Oh my god, I'm set up to failure.
Yep.
Well, I mean, at a certain point in life, like, if you don't like your station, you gotta fucking sack up and do something. And he's kind of at a point where he really hates where he's at.
Not enough.
But like, he doesn't do anything. And that's, like, kind of what it comes down to, right? Like, you can't unfuck someone's head. That's kind of just the way the world works, Wish you could. You can't.
I don't know. I'm kind of a big proponent of people don't change too much after the age of 16. You could change
that's why
some.
I thought he should get kind of a menial job that maybe he felt comfortable, like that he could do, and then that job, whatever it is, like, it doesn't have to be physical, like, whatever it is, like, it's a win because he's got money in his pocket that he's earned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something.
Build a little bit of confidence and all
little
that.
things like that can be just enough to get a foothold, I would imagine.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to get a manual labor job because he views it as beneath him.
Yeah.
I know, we've thought about that before, but like he could stand to learn some people skills, even if it was working in a bloody grocery store.
That's fascinating.
Again,
Hey, your shit is kind of fucked up.
Is that somebody talking?
Yes. Clockwork.
Better.
No, you're soft as a cat pissing on cotton.
Oh, really? Am I?
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
I don't want to blow your fucking ears out.
How are you doing, Clockwork? I haven't seen you. Well, I've seen you about in chat. I haven't heard you in a while.
I'm doing alright. So far,
I think Midnight also doesn't understand, like I think he called me a concern troll, which is kind of funny. And part of me is playful with him, and I kind of tee-hee here and there, but, like, I actually do want the guy to succeed. Like, I want him to have a win. The guy needs a win somewhere,
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck between getting lip service and then getting hearing stuff that somebody else obviously told him in private conversation to kind of come out, because there's a few times when I was talking to him where I was like, man, yeah, your mom's saying that shit, so he's fucked up, and then he starts talking about how I just did not say that it was fucked up, literally right after I said it, and it happened it happened 2 occasions, and so I'm like, yeah, you're hearing what you want to hear, and just repeating something that more than likely somebody else told you, so whatever.
I mean, I think he just doesn't. It's all premeditated in his head, to be honest. Like, I think that there's a conversation that's happening, and none of us are really participants in it, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a narrative. Hashtag narrative.
Narrative.
Hashtag receipts. Hashtag Kyle. No, it's genuinely sad, but it's like, man, I can't do shit, Like, a certain amount of it is, like, you got to step outside of yourself. Like, I'm sorry, like, your problems, like, someone's, crumbs can be, very overwhelming to them, but like you gotta make some attempt, and I just never see any attempt, right? And it's like there's sort of this inchworm process, and like I understand that, like for many people, right, like it's hard to take a big chunk out of it, but sometimes you gotta sack up and just go forth, right? Like it sucks, like taking a big step in any endeavor sucks, but like if you aren't even trying, like it's very hard for me to be sympathetic.
It's how the word try is nuanced, because when I was talking to him, it was like an all or nothing. The fact that he's putting forth some effort is that needs to be acknowledged. But when I'm trying to think of a way to communicate this, but when you go, okay, look, what you are telling me that you're doing is what most people would define as minimal effort. I get that you are trying, but there needs to be more progress, right? And so just getting that across is incredibly difficult.
Well, because like, I mean, also it's one of those things where it's like, are you putting in? I think that there's this idea of like, if you just think about it and you do like the bare minimum, then that's going to be enough. And unfortunately, like that's just not how it works in real life. Like, listen, I wish it was that fucking easy, right? But it isn't. Sometimes, if you have a bigger task at hand, you got to put in more effort. And I just don't necessarily, I don't necessarily see that. And it's hard because, like, I want to know how do you motivate him, right? But I think that there's a failure of motivation and there's a failure of discipline.
Well,
and
STEM is harder too. It's a harder.
Not necessarily. I don't think that computer programming is that hard, to be honest. Like, you can get a bullshit degree from a bullshit school in computer science, like, and get a job. Might not be the best job, but
If I did computer science, I'd probably be more interested in security and networking versus like the hardware networking and maintaining businesses and security, as opposed to just like writing programs and creating things. Like, I think he would want to be more creating things, which is actually more
I disagree with that. I mean, most jobs where there's actually desire for it, you do have to do programming. Where there's like good jobs out there. Like just being like a data analyst and a code monkey from that angle. There's a ton of jobs out there. And even just basic web design. But like, he's obsessed with like... What?
a lot of attention to detail too.
Well, I mean, this is where, like, I have to say, like, if you want to be good at anything, you gotta be detail-oriented. There's not really an area in life where you don't have to mind your P's and Q's, right? I don't know any, like, highly successful person in any field who is not obsessive about detail. There might be that, I might be wrong, but the biggest thing I think is that, like, I don't think he wants to take the steps to like try to succeed, because like, honestly, if there's probably enough web design shit where he could be a coding monkey somewhere and make a decent living. Like, look, you don't have to be ambitious to make a reasonable living in computer science and in programming if you're interested in doing it. There are just a lot of people that don't have the patience to do that. Which I think is fair, right? Like, I don't have the patience for other things.
He's not curious
but
enough.
he just doesn't even want to do the groundwork, and I don't know why.
I think when I said detail oriented, I kind of meant The tolerance for the mundane, tolerance for repeated things and stuff like that. And like, there are some people like myself that aren't very good at that. I have a person I know that is a transcriptionist.
I'm not very big on detail.
And transcriptionists are actually very big on detail, like extremely detail-oriented, and they type incredibly fast. Like, I would find that job torturing. Like, that just sounds like a miserable job to me. But like, looking at lines and lines of code to me also looks pretty miserable. But there are people that really dig it for whatever reason. Do you remember on Nadia's stream there was this guy named Flood Mutton? Like, this guy was in love with coding. It was weird.
Was it that guy that was like obsessed like sexually with fucking Nadia?
I don't remember anything sexual from him. He just liked to finish everybody's point. So like when somebody would start to make a point, he would have to reword everybody's point. So like he'd go through the round, like Sam would say something and he would have to reword it. And then Cito would say something and he'd have to reword it. He did it to everybody.
It's kind of annoying. I vaguely
also,
remember.
we're going to ignore that Acetal just said he doesn't pay attention to details.
Yeah, I mean,
doctor.
He says that, and then he wonders why people go, "Yeah, I'm not sure if I want you treating me."
It's all about the big picture, really.
Just let the body heal itself.
Actually, there's a really good. One of my attendings once told me that the main job of a doctor is to entertain the patient while the body recovers on its own. True.
So Acetal's out there juggling.
Was that Converse?
But I mean, like, I can understand. Like, presumably Midnight likes programming, but I actually don't know, right? Like, I have no idea, because like I don't want to just say that, like, oh, he doesn't try so that he doesn't fail and he can continue to complain. I don't want to just dismiss him like that, but seems to be what it looks like, to be honest.
Yeah, there are times though when you try something and you realize that this doesn't work for me. Like, have you ever had a job or anything that like you just realize like this is not my thing?
Yes.
Or
There we go.
class?
Lowe's,
Sure.
Home Depot.
There you go. Like, yeah, where you just go, I definitely don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Like, or I don't really want to pursue this any further than I have to.
But he says he does.
Okay, well then I guess I would have to assume he likes it.
It seems to be the most consistent field that he references, because any other day it's, well, I'm going to be a writer, now I'm going to go into psychology, now I'm going to be, just anything.
Psychology.
I would say that he doesn't belong in psychology unless he's only looking at research, but then again, same with Prudent, and look where Prudent is.
Yeah.
I told Prudent it was a useless degree, and he didn't fucking listen to me.
Wait, you knew him before?
If you really want to help people.
You knew him before he got that degree?
Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to become a social worker.
Oh.
No, he doesn't have the personality for it.
You could just stop it. He doesn't have
For
personality.
social worker. That's something that I could feel like I could do. But like I there's no way Prudent does.
So, Deidre, you said you don't necessarily like repetition. Do you feel like being in a call center is repetitious? I don't know anything about it because I've never done that job.
Oh, a lot of my stuff can be segregated and completely repetitious calls and mundaneness. The weird thing is I'm good at aspects of working in a call center, which makes it confusing because I've had jobs that I'm not good at. But this is a job I'm actually particularly good at because I can de-escalate.
What do you do?
Like, I bring people down from 11 to 5. People come in all angry and yelly and screamy, and I get them down, like, boom, boom.
She works at a
boom,
call
every
center.
time. Like, really good at it. But it is emotionally exhausting after a while because what happens is day after day after day, you're like, I'm sorry, X. I'm sorry, X. I apologize, X. And you feel like you're eating shit every day. And like, you're doing it on behalf of the company, and like, people are upset at the company, and so you're representing them, so you try to cause us emotional suckeration, and eventually that starts to break down a little bit, and then you start feeling kind of frustrated. If you see repeat problems that are preventable, and you're apologizing for things that you're like, yeah, I'm on your side, like I know, but like you have to protect the company at the same time. It gets kind of tiring, and then eventually it gets to the point where you're like, there's these people that get under your skin, and the people that swear at me, I handle pretty well. The people that completely degrade me and patronize me and are just like, I could have your job.
Give us an example.
You could be fired any second. Those people that just want to rub you into the shit personally, they get under my nerves. They're the ones that bother me.
Have you ever just hung up the phone?
I can't do that. You can get fired.
Just do it anyways. Fuck it.
Yeah, I had to stop working for Lowe's because the customers were incentivized to be dicks because they know that they could keep pushing buttons from people, and they, get sent to a manager, push buttons there, and they bitch and whine enough, they just get what the fuck they want. And then, of course, that got around. And so everybody, that's how people would normally interact with anybody. And before I got hired, I told them, I'm only going to put up with so much from people. Like, I just got out the Army. I'm not actually all the way here when I'm dealing with people, right? So with that being said, like I made it very, very explicit that I'm only going to take so much. After that, it's going to become y'all's issue because we're going to be fighting, I'm going to be in jail, or I'm just going to walk away, or something.
Physical jail.
Jail.
This came up during your fucking interview?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You told me I may stab someone if they annoy me?
I didn't say I didn't say I'm going to stab. I said, you know what? I'm only going to put up with so much, from people, right? But I didn't go into detail about what I would do. But
you said about going to jail,
huh? Yeah, I was joking about it, with them, but like kind of afterwards. But yeah, no, I didn't. Like, no, yeah, I will go to jail if somebody pisses me. No, I didn't say that.
Hey, that's some fucked up shit. But fuck that, dude.
Yeah, in person that happens too. Just imagine that happening every day.
No, all I heard, my wife used to work for Discover as a phone rep, so I heard some of the stuff, and they're abusive. Like, there's no other way to describe that shit other than abusive. And I'm like, you would not say that shit to people in person. And like, I started getting pissed hearing it.
They don't. It's really rare.
Why don't you just hang up if they're being that abusive?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You need money and a job and benefits.
Oh, wait, to answer Asil's questions, why don't you hang up if they're being that abusive? Because you're working at a call center and they have a policy about hanging up on customers.
Yeah, but they're being abusive.
If you hang up, you're fired.
Yeah. Headless knows. He's done it before.
Yeah, so people cursing at you is one thing. Like, there's usually a policy that says, no, they can't curse at you. You have to give them a warning or 2 warnings. But when they're being degrading, like what Deidre was talking about, being like degrading and condescending.
What do they say to be degrading?
Like, I've heard one conversation, my wife...
Are you stupid? Are you incompetent?
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah,
Why
blah,
can't
blah,
you do this? Why can't you do this?
High school?
Everybody, don't you have high school? Don't they hire people with high school degrees?
Why don't you put them on indefinite hold?
You can't.
And then they hang up.
I'm well spoken for a black person.
Really?
You're black?
My name's Deidre, and they just assumed I was black.
Now you see how it feels.
That's not a black name.
It's Irish. Thank you very much. They
that's
borrowed from my culture.
Really strange.
No, it's like
cultural appropriation.
Deidre's not a black name. I've never.
They don't know that. People don't know that.
I've met several black Deidres. They always spell it. That's where you get the bastardized spelling D-E-D-R-A.
You can't put them on hold indefinitely?
No, like if you work for Discover, if you have them on hold for like, I think it was like more than 3.5 minutes, then there's something that goes off that gets sent to like your manager person. And so, like they track all the stats on like the average length that you have people on hold and how many times you got to escalate it and all, they track all that shit.
Yeah,
oh my god. Yeah, okay, I feel bad for you guys because I'll be honest, if a patient, are we live?
Yes.
Yeah,
be very vague. No one here knows your real name but me, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's keep it to myself for now.
See, you have the worst.
I'll give you. Oh, my bad. It's the fan. Should be resolved by now.
So, am I good at it? Yes.
When some patients piss, you have less freedom than I do, because if a patient's really being a dick and pissing me off, I'll just tell him, you know what, give me a couple seconds, hang tight, I'll be back and I'll sort you out, and then leave. Fuck it. Let the nurse deal with it.
I've always felt like I have to be respectful to my doctors if I want them to help.
You do, otherwise I'm taking away your narcotics.
I think that's.
There was this one guy. I'll give you.
Fair. You don't.
Yeah, that's fair. There's this one dickhead, right? He's just an absolute piece of shit, and whatever. I'm not gonna go into details, but he's an asshole. And one time he's just hounding me for it. He's like, man, fuck you guys, the shit you guys are giving me doesn't do a damn thing. Blah blah blah, all this bullshit. He's like, I want some morphine. He was when people ask for morphine like directly, it's just like, give me a break. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, whatever, hang tight. And then he's hounding my nurses constantly annoying them, back and forth. Oh, motherfuckers, I'm in pain. I'm like, dude, go back to your room. You're not in pain. If someone's in severe pain, they don't walk around the halls hounding the nurses and shit. Like, you're fucking fine, dude.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I just can't roll up and just have you give me a drip of Dilaudid.
No.
Oh. Just chill out in the lobby for a while.
I just can't wait until I graduate and I make that Popeyes money.
I know, right? Make Ronnie proud.
Like, honestly, like, when Ronnie was bragging about his salary, that was just...
How much was the salary?
He said he was making like 40 grand a year.
Why is he bragging about that?
Well, in Gary, Indiana, 40 grand a year is a lot of money.
It's like $400,000 a year.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
else.
Oh.
Well, you gotta think about it. Like, there was before that, but he was bragging. Oh, you know, Drag's talking about buying a house. I have my own house, and yada yada yada. Like, he was just shitting on like every. I was like, okay, house? Like, but we found out that he lives in a house that was worth less than my car.
Okay, all right. Let's not dish too hard on his house. This is Gary, Indiana.
Yes, that's true.
Mind you, though, in Gary, Indiana, houses are probably only 5 digits, not 6.
But that's like, he opened that door though, right? Nobody went there but him. Like, it was like, he likes to flex on people, but then when somebody flexes harder, he becomes a fucking victim. And it's like, all right, like, we didn't hear shit else about that when I think JD looked like the house address up on Zillow, and we looked at the property value, and I was like, wow, man, my car was like $43,000. His house was like 37. I was like, god damn.
See what I mean? It's 5 digits.
He was bragging it was $2,600 a week. Yeah, it was. I know it was something like that. I was like, really? Oh man.
Yeah, but $2,600 a week.
Yeah, but he did. The thing is that he didn't, because then he would share how much he makes per hour, and then you would do the math, and you'd be like, that's like 40 grand a year.
No. What he probably had when he made his $2,600 was he probably worked overtime. They probably received either a profit sharing or a production bonus on that week. And that took him up to the 26. That's not a regular paycheck.
I mean, look, if you want to brag about making a mediocre amount of money in fucking Gary, Indiana, I guess.
What does he do?
I think it's something to do with fabrication of building materials.
He's some sort of...
He does... Sorry, say again?
I think it's fabrication of, like, certain building materials. I can't remember specifically, but I want to say something along those lines.
They make something out of sheet metal.
Yeah.
It could be gutters and eaves. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a very lucrative job, but...
It's Gary, Indiana.
That's
like I said,
money.
Gary, Indiana. You take what you can get.
Okay, let's talk about how horrible a place for Gary, Indiana must be. First of all, it's Indiana, so right there you're already fucked. And then Gary, it's the first name of Gman, so it's just...
Well, that's why in Gary, Indiana, you know,
it's also considered the meth capital of Indiana, which is impressive.
So hold on, people in chat. Tony says he pays $500 to live in a large 1-bedroom triplex in New Orleans. This place would cost me In New Orleans, this place would cost me $2K. Yeah. I'm gonna end the stream in a bit. Actually, we'll still be in Discord for a little bit.
Before you do though, Drag, you see, Gary, Indiana is just slightly better than Moore, Oklahoma.
Slightly better than what? Moore, Oklahoma. Now, why? Tell me about Moore, Oklahoma, and what it has to do with.
Oh, you don't want to go to Moore, Oklahoma. It's better in Gary, Indiana.
So when you compare Gary to Moore, so you say.
Yeah, when you compare Gary to Moore, you'd much rather be in Gary than Moore.
Wow. Now, what about Lamont?
Lamont?
What is his?
We've never gone to Lamont. We've never been there.
Y'all are assholes.
Okay. So you have Gary, Lamont, and Moore.
Yeah.
Aceto, what the fuck are you doing? Why does it sound like you're into an MMA?
I'm cleaning metal pans.
Is there a thorn bush anywhere?
Thorn bush. Okay, probably. I can see that being a city name. Hi, Kitty.
Yeah,
When is there court date?
It got pushed back.
Yeah, coronavirus pushed it back.
So unlike Shanny's insides.
No. Oh.
Is that too mean?
Look, Res Penis is taking enough beating.
Mostly from him.
The hardest it was on OnlyFans was when she wasn't in the picture.
I just want to say I now understand when he described having the real doll. And he's like, single Christian man. I'm telling you, you need this. And he was just describing that live on air on audios. I now understand why he preferred the anal hole. That makes sense. No.
That's the only thing he's gonna feel.
It is.
Boy, that was a rough watch. Like the fact that she's grotesque, but
dude, that was disgusting.
Like the look of his face, like the frustration on his face, really got me.
It's just like, come on, man. Like, we all know you're doing no damage there.
I called it when I looked at her fucking headboard and I saw that stuff up there. I was like, there's no way that you were going to get in any good strokes at any point in time and not move an entire bed. That just doesn't happen. Physics doesn't work that way. And so, sure enough, she barely fucking moved. Even when she was actually doing something, she barely fucking moved. It's like, Jesus, how are you lazy even during sex?
She's a starfish.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, was she gonna be not lazy?
Yeah, I don't know what I expected.
We're fucking talking about Shanny.
I'm just saying that, like, a little hip thrusting could lose some calories.
Well,
I mean,
don't know
that you're talking about, like, that's like saying if you take a piss in the ocean, it's gonna really alter the ocean.
Yeah.
You know?
The ocean's big. I think is what you mean to say.
Yeah, and so she.
It's literally an ocean of water. So she.
Yeah, that's like she's a fucking.
It's just the worst combination ever. You have a garage door and a baby carrot. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe all the fat pushes it in.
He should consider fisting. Like.
Do women actually enjoy that?
Are you done with the store, Jerry?
Like, I see shit like that in porn, but I don't know if I know any women that, like, genuinely enjoy that sort of
I've
thing.
never met one like that either, I agree.
I've known some women that genuinely enjoy it, but it's extremely rare. It's rarer than.
Yeah, I had one ex that liked it, and I was uncomfortable.
So, okay, my next question is going to be kind of obvious. And I don't know if you want me to ask that question, Clockwork.
Ask it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so is there a correlation between penis size and the woman's willingness to be fisted? Just you see what I'm getting at?
Well, I mean, she liked it in her butt, but she wanted me to put my hand in her while I put it in her butt. So, there's that.
But
Yeah, Drag. I don't know if that answered your question, but I don't.
Well, she was kind of weird, so there's that too.
I'm trying to find a kosher way of asking this question.
So the girls that I know that do like that, sorry, I'm out of breath. The girls that I know that do like that are they like the pressure, but they don't necessarily like a lot of thrusting during that. If that makes sense, they want to be in control of the thrust, but they want the pressure. If that makes sense.
Can't have your cake and eat it too, you know.
So okay, are they size queens though?
On a scale of Rev to Mandingo, what do they prefer?
They are or they're gay, one of the two.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
So, like, if I was to proposition them, do I, like, say, hey, I look like I could lose a watching you?
Pretty much. Just don't wear a watch.
Apparently work your fingers in one by one, and if she's cool with it, then there you go.
Learning a lot today. Learning a lot.
Are you?
Basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Wait, are you still streaming this, Drag?
I'm about to end it.
You just
about to end. So we'll continue this off air. I'd like to thank everybody who showed up, but yeah, it's familiar with Chloe Nicole. She can take two. No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with Chloe Nicole. I'm not sure why she can take 2 fists in her anus, but I'm pretty sure it's fascinating. On that note, thank you for watching Juggernaut AMA, where people literally asked nothing but said everything. So